And welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Friday Night Football right here on KDSJ-TV, live on YouTube and on Facebook. We are here at O'Hara Stadium here on the campus of South Dakota School of Mines for this contest between Rapid City Central, the home team. And they'll be playing Spearfish Spartans, AAA versus AA here in Rapid City. And we're at the Rushmore Bowl, second half of the Rushmore Bowl. Game one between Brandon Valley and Stevens, ended with a 41-7 win for Brandon Valley. And now we're getting ready to go for Spearfish and Rapid City Central here at O'Hara Stadium.
Good evening and welcome to Cobbler football.
Clayson Davis here with you, along with me. Had a busy day himself. Was over at the Cody Johnson concert for Eagle Country. Now trades a concert in for a camera as Paul James from Eagle Country in with us here today.
A little football action tonight. Of course, the Spearfish Spartans coming in now ranked here at the Rushmore Bowl. And, of course, Rapid City Central, of course. What, was it a couple of points?
I believe they were just a 2-point conversion away from winning in that one.
Back a program, and, of course, Spearfish coming off the huge win over T-Area. They want to make it 2 in a row this week.
As we get going with the Jake's Collision Repair countdown to kickoff, brought to you by Jake's Collision Repair, the Black Hills home team for collision repairs at 4415 East Colorado Boulevard in Spearfish off of exit 32 at Junction Avenue in Sturgis. As we're here in beautiful Rapid City, absolutely perfect night for football.
Yeah, it's awesome out here. Barely a breeze. Finally, now the field is getting to be pretty much in, supply a little cooler air for those guys out there. I'm sure that 4 o'clock game was a little toasty.
Here earlier, and it was pretty warm, I do admit. It was, I was wearing probably didn't help much either. But as 16 minutes to go till kickoff. Spearfish Spartans currently warming up. Foundation segment brought to you by Heiserling Concrete. As Paul James, Clayson Davis here. Nice, out in the open, not concealed in an actual booth. We're actually here. I do have to say.
Yeah, this is nice. Better than a stuffy booth.
No, I definitely agree. Monument Health, as the Cobblers and the Spartans getting warmed up and getting ready to crash heads for a few. KDSJ-TV.
Jake's Collision Repair has built their reputation by offering the highest quality guaranteed.
We're all going somewhere, going higher, faster, farther, going in new directions to new places. At Monument Health, we keep going so you can keep. Innovations, technology, expertise, and treatment. So keep exploring, keep making memory. .health/orthopedics.
Whatever the weather, Wolf's Plumbing and Heating keeps you in the comfort zone with expert replacement from American Standard Mitsubishi. For over 70 years, Wolf's Plumbing and Heating has delivered quality service to the Northern Hills and Northeast Wyoming. When you need timely, expert service for heating, cooling, or plumbing, call 605-6.
And we're back here at O'Hara Stadium as Rapid City Central Cobblers are now coming out of the tunnel, getting hyped up in front of their bench. Do want to apologize. We did have a brief break in the action. Had a few technical difficulties we're still trying to get figured out. But nonetheless, I think we got most of them knock on wood, figured out. So
internet is always an adventure, so
especially when you're traveling all over the state.
Yep.
But we go to our Heiserling Concrete laying the foundation to this matchup. Again, brought to you by Heiserling Concrete. Give them a call at 210-2320. Again, that is 210-2320 for Heiserling Concrete. Looking at this contest, starting off with the visiting Spearfish Spartans. Again, we saw them last week pull one of the bigger upsets that the school has seen as they beat number 3 ranked T Area. And their reward for that, they shoot up the rankings. They are 3rd in Class AA in the rankings. For first-year head coach Tom Teenson. Again, they beat T Area last week 39-29. Team rushed for 163 yards, threw for 231 yards. A big part of that passing game was quarterback Jack Coette. Split quarterback duties. He also split with Thomas Hughes, as Coette only threw 5 passes, but 187 yards and 2 touchdowns on 3 completions.
Quarterback rating infinity.
You know, that's video game numbers pretty much. But his quarterback mate, that is Thomas Hughes, not Darren Crooks. We do apologize for last week, as we do have some right rosters here today.
Right.
But Thomas Hughes, 6 for 9 passing, 44 yards and a touchdown. He had 13 carries for 60 yards and caught 1 ball, but it was a big one at 99 yards. And a touchdown to really put that game over the top over T Area.
Yeah, what a great call from the end zone. Beautiful pass over the middle, went for 99 yards. What a play.
Stand at attention with your right hand over your heart.
As we will take a quick break, come back with the Jake's Collision Repair pregame show. Continue with the Heiserling Concrete laying the foundation. We will go over quickly Rapid City Central after this short break as we go to the national anthem. You're watching Friday Night Football here on KDSJ-TV.
Colloid, a minerals technologies company, is not only part of the community we live in, they are the community. Bentonite clay, mined right here in our own backyard near Belfouche in Colony, Wyoming, provides a contributing factor to this area's economic success. This unique product has a huge range of uses, from the main component in cat litter to health and beauty products, pharmaceuticals, and more. It's all produced right here in all of our community. American Colloid Company, working together, winning together. 20 years, there's been a better alternative for car repair in Spearfish and the Northern Black Hills. It's Auto Doctor, with their 2 ASC-certified mechanics who each have over 40 years of experience, and their state-of-the-art facility. They'll treat your vehicle like it's theirs. From mechanical repairs, brakes, alignments, tires, AC work, and more, Auto Doctor also provides advanced diagnostics. From Audis to Volkswagens, if your car is ill, we're the pill. Auto Doctor off Exit 14, Heritage Drive, Spearfish.
As we're back here at O'Hara Stadium, here on the campus of South Dakota School of Mines. About said Black Hills State, and if you were a Mines fan, you'd be very disgruntled with that comment. Former Yellow Jacket myself here in enemy territory today. Actually, I never got to play on this field.
You never did?
I never did. And the one year that I had the chance to, I ended up injured.
Oh, no.
And my brother happened to get married that same day in Kansas, so I was completely opposite end of the country. Anyway,
gotcha.
Back here at the Jake's Collision Repair pregame show with the Heiserling Concrete laying of that foundation as Rapid City Stevens Band does a little performance for the home crowd here at O'Hara Stadium. Gives us a chance to go over their hometown Rapid City Central Cobblers. Rapid City Central, again, Class AAA, so a AA team playing a AAA squad, as that's a new rule change for the state of South Dakota this year. Class AA teams can no longer play down a class. They can only play up to AAA. So Rapid City Central and Spearfish. Rapid City Central for head coach Brandon Colpitz's 2nd year. Learned a lot between Game 1 and Game 2, and I talked to him earlier this week. As last week they gave Sioux Falls Roosevelt a run for their money, losing that game 21-19. They were down 21-7 at halftime. The defense completely shut out Roosevelt in the second half, and a missed PAT made Central go for 2, and nonetheless Couldn't get the 2-point conversion, but as Brandon Colpitz, head coach for Rapid City Central, stated in our interview, we didn't lose the game, we just simply ran out of time.
We ran out of time. That's, hey, well spoken. Well spoken.
And Rapid City Central on quite a losing streak, trying to break that here today against, again, a AA Spearfish Spartan squad. Quite a few stud athletes for the Cobblers, including center Tucker Jones. He returns as lead offensive line. He's an Augustana commit, and his brother is actually playing football at South Dakota State, so football in that lineage.
Boy, definitely.
Wyland Bembo, running back and linebacker, number 21. He's a starter at running back and the captain. This year's quarterback, Caden Matthew, he was a wide receiver last year, and he will get to start at quarterback, also a captain. Braden Jackson, a running back. They like to get in open space. And then Gilbert White Jr., number 13. He's a smooth wide receiver. Used to go to Central, transferred out of the school, and then transferred back to Central this offseason. And he is a wide receiver, a deep threat, someone they like to throw jump balls up to that will challenge the Spearfish secondary.
Definitely. So if you're wondering, you know, what change was there for Rapid City Central, that's one of them in particular.
As previewing Rapid City Central in this keys to the game, part of our Heiserling Concrete laying the foundation segment. Playing a very talented Spearfish team. They say they need to limit big plays, keep everything in front of them. They need to stop momentum swinging plays. And Spearfish a week ago against T Area had an interception for a touchdown, had a kick return for a touchdown, had a 99-yard bomb for a touchdown, and then they also forced 5 turnovers in the contest versus T last week. As that looks, our Heiserling Concrete laying the foundation segment, brought to you by Heiserling Concrete. Again, give them a call at 210-2320. Again, that is 210-2320. Coming up, we'll have our matchup menu, looking at some other games going on in the Northern Black Hills right here on KDSJ-TV. If you're joining with us, it's just KDSJ-TV online on Facebook and on YouTube. Our co-worker Steve Ammerman giving the call on the radio side for Rapid City Central and Spearfish, working double duty for KDSJ Radio and our sister station KOTA here in Rapid City. So shout out.
A lot of coverage here tonight, that's for sure.
And of course, all the TV stations and other radio stations here at this game. Kind of why all the booths were full, but you know what? I don't think I'm going to complain because we get to enjoy the atmosphere.
Oh, man.
Nice breeze, the sun just setting, and you about can ask for a better night of football.
You got it.
Anyway, we're going to take a quick break, come back with the matchup menu brought to you by South Dakota Beef Logic. That is up next right here on KDSJ-TV.
You see them everywhere. That's because Heiserling Concrete of Spearfish is the most trusted name for everything from driveways, sidewalks, decorative stamp patios, and of course, foundations. Heiserling Concrete is proud to support the activities that help our area youth build their foundation for future success. Whatever the job, Heiserling Concrete is the name you can trust. Google Heiserling Concrete in Spearfish or call 210-2320.
Beef Logic, Inc. is proud to sponsor South Dakota's high school and collegiate athletes this season as they work alongside their partners at the South Dakota Beef Industry Council to deliver the Build Your Base sports nutrition program at local high schools and colleges around the state and the country. Are you looking for a simple, easy-to-follow program that can help you and your family optimize performance both on and off the field of play? Check out buildyourbase.org and learn why beef continues to be the premier protein for athletic performance and recovery.
And welcome back here to Durham Field here at O'Hara Stadium on the campus of South Dakota School of Mines. Here with KDSJ-TV, Spearfish Spartans and Rapid City Central Cobblers meeting at midfield. Captains for the Cobblers, that looks to be number 50. That is Blake Pake. Number 1, quarterback Caden Matthew. Number 21, that is Wyland Benbow. And number 3, that is Caleb Crawford. Cannot quite see the Spearfish captains. It looks like to be number 65, That is Lathan Loop. Number 6, Hunter Walters. Number 4, Dylan Doran. And I did not quite see who the last captain was for Rapid City, for Spearfish. I think that is number 8. That is Evan Wilson for Spearfish. Looking over our matchup menu going on with some other high school action going on. Our matchup menu brought to you by Beef Logic, South Dakota Beef Logic. Thank our friends for giving us our matchup menu. Looking over the state going on tonight. Again, Rapid City, Stevens fell to Brandon Valley 41-7 earlier today in the first game of the Rushmore Bowl. Rapid City Christian playing Sioux Falls Christian here in Rapid City. Bellefouche will have their home opener versus West Central. Hill City and Nineman, they've been making some noise. They will be playing Dupree on the road. Looking at some more of our matchup menu. Again, brought to you by South Dakota Beef Logic. Custer, they are on the road at Lennox. They play Lennox in Class AAA. Sioux Falls Jefferson playing Sioux Falls Roosevelt. O'Gorman playing Sioux Falls Lincoln. Sioux Falls Roosevelt, Sioux Falls Jefferson, Brandon Valley, of course, plays Rapid City. Stevens Spearfish playing Rapid City Central. Sioux Falls Washington and Brandon Valley, they will play tomorrow. As we are getting ready for first kick, we'll take a brief action in our matchup menu as Cobblers getting ready to kick it off, and the boot is off. We are underway here in Spearfish with Hunter Walters taking the kick, going to the outside, gets a little bit of a hole, crossing the 40 over to midfield, all the way to the 45-yard line of Rapid City Central and Spearfish. Special teams was a big part of their game plan just a week ago. They are ready to roll here tonight with Hunter Walters, a great return all the way to the 46-yard line.
First and 10 for
So it'll be
Spearfish.
first and 10 for Spearfish. They will start off in the gun. Now Walters goes in motion, handoff to Evan Wilson. Up the middle, gets a few yards.
Walters on the carry.
Tackled by number 21 for Rapid City Central. That is Benbow, linebacker. Quarterback on that first play was Thomas Hughes, number 9, who had
second and 8 for the Spartans from the 44.
a great showing last time, as it is now second down. As the tight end goes in motion. Handoff, it is a keep to Hughes, trying to get outside, makes a spin move, but doesn't quite get much more, as Hughes is tackled after a short game, flag on the play.
Jackson, there is a flag on the field.
Jackson with the tackle.
Hold. Number 74 white.
So we have a hold on Spearfish. That is Lathan Loop with the holding call.
Result of the penalty places the football at the 46-yard line.
As now that places the ball at the 46-yard line.
Second and 18 for the Spartans from the 46.
As Paul James joins us back in the studio. Pass for Hughes. Hughes looking to run. Will now get to the outside and tackled after just a short gain of 1.
Stop made by number 20, Coy Urban.
Number 20, Coy Urban with the tackle.
Gain of 2.
So a gain of 2. Gain of, it is now a 3rd and 16.
Tried to work it outside, not a lot going out there. Good open field tackling by Central.
Now 2 backs to either side and snap back. It's going to be a screen play over to Walters. Walters breaks a tackle, and now he turns on the Jets and doesn't quite get a lot.
Complete to Walters.
As Hunter Walters tried using the screen to break through the defense, and Rapid City Central was not fooled. So Spearfish, after a long kick return to the opposite 46-yard line, they actually go in reverse on that drive, and they will be stopped. So is Spearfish back to punt. Sam Marcus looks to be the punter. Go over our Dana Dental Arts starting lineups, as we're not able to get to that in the pregame show. Starting for the Cobblers on offense, quarterback Kane Matthew, number 1. Number 10, Easton Graffey is the tight end. Henry Hill, running back. He'll also get some carries at number 11. Number 13, Gilbert White, wide receiver, transfer in. He's also going to be a starter. Wyland Benbow. Braden Jackson, and also the offensive line is Ben Papke. Christian Redleaf, Riley Chase, Lane Brixby, and John Wylam.
Great punt by Marcus there. He dropped it down to the 8-yard line.
So Spearfish playing the field position game early, as now their defense will be set up
from the 8-yard line.
Right there at the 8-yard line. Rapid City Central, their first turn on offense is going to be a handoff over to the right side. Double wing offense for the Rapid City Central. That is Henry Hill on the carry. Update our scoreboard.
He only got a gain of about a yard over there before the Spartan defense was able to snuff that out. That's what I was impressed with last week with Spearfish, is maybe they got the lack of size, but man, they really did a good job containing the T area quarterback, Conrad. He was a big boy, and they were able to, at times, keep him to negative yards or only gaining 1 or 2 here and there.
Double wing set. It'll be a toss back to the running back, and right there to make the tackle.
Wow.
That is the linebacker, Hunter Walters, all over the play. That looks to be Jackson on the carry, Braden Jackson, but Hunter Walters right there at linebacker making the play.
Yeah, he was right there in the backfield, and that's what Spearfish seemed to show a lot of his speed last week. Well, what they give up in size, boy, they make up for in speed. They can really swarm to the ball and gang tackle. It seemed like they did a really good job. Coach Thiessen, I haven't talked to him, but what it looked like to me is he did a good job of teaching his guys contain. Keep everything to the inside. Don't let them get outside of you and look for help from your teammates.
9-yard line.
As it's now 3rd and 9 for the Cobblers, still in that double wing set. It's going to be a handoff over to Hill. He's trying to get to the outside. He'll have a few yards on the carry, but then the Spearfish defense,
Hill on the carry,
led by number 40 for the Spartans. That is Aiden Kraut.
Aiden Kroc really doing a good job of blocking that up. In fact, actually no gain on that one. So it's going to be 3rd down, or rather 4th down and 9.
So Spearfish, again, had that great kick return by Walters to kick off the game, but then nothing since. And they actually had that great punt by Marcus to get them down to the 7-yard line, and then no dice for Rapid City Central, and now they'll punt it away.
Low punt, and it looks like the Spartans are just going to stay away from that one as it rolls across midfield.
Punter for Rapid City Central was Gilbert White Jr.
Ball down at the
So both
46-yard
teams
line.
trading possession. 47-yard line is where the ball is downed, this time on Spearfish side. Still really good field possession for the Spartans, as they had a little bit of momentum early, but then it swiftly fizzled out after a holding call. Hughes took all the snaps for Spearfish that first drive. Has not seen Jack Coet. Been talking to head coach Thiessen, he did want to emphasize the run game. As they said, they do have some speed, but the run game opens up everything else for Spearfish on their offensive side of the ball.
Well, we'll see what they go with here, as Hughes is still under center, actually in the shotgun this first play of this next drive.
As Walters flip sides, RPO action. Hughes in trouble and can't quite get away. Sacked, ball is out. But he will get back on it. Looks to be his offensive lineman.
Number 69.
I believe that is, they don't have a 69 on one of the 2 rosters I'm using.
Oh, boy. Still have roster issues.
2nd and 13 for the Spartans from the 43-yard line.
That is now 2nd and 13, so Spearfish offensively, all they can do is put it in reverse.
Yeah, and Central, they didn't have much luck either on offense, so we'll see if either of these 2 squads can figure out something to get some positive yardage here as the play clock clicks down to 5.
Snap back, Hughes is going to roll out, and he'll just throw short to Wilson, and Hughes kind of
Intended for Wilson.
short arms it a little too
Incomplete.
short to Wilson, and that puts Spearfish now at third and very long.
Blake on the coverage for the
Yeah,
Cobblers.
3rd and 13 coming up here as Spearfish trying
3rd and
to
13
work on
for the
some
Spartans
rhythm,
from the 43
try to
yard
get
line.
try to spread that defense of Rapid City Central out a little bit to kind of create some throwing lanes there, but still haven't really been able to capitalize.
That's 6:26 on the clock. Our camera clock got skewed a little bit, so you're just looking at the bottom side of that for those watching. Again, if you're with us, you're watching us live on KDSJ-TV. As Hughes, he will throw a slant pattern and missed everyone.
Yep. Looked like his receiver went low
Pass intended
and
for
the pass
Server,
went
ball
high.
incomplete.
Miscommunication between the receiver and quarterback. I think the quarterback thought post, wide receiver thought
4th and
slant.
13 for the
So
Spartans
again, after a
from the
good
43
field
yard
position
line.
start, Spearfish, they don't have much to show for it,
Marcus in
as
punt
now it is
formation
4th
for the
down,
Spartans.
and Marcus will look to punt. Back to return
Gilbert White
is
Jr.
Gilbert
back
White
for the Cobblers.
Jr.
There's
We got a
on the
flag.
field.
And looks like it's going to be a false start on Spearfish.
Illegal snap. 5-yard penalty. We'll lay that down.
Illegal
Result of the penalty
snap.
places the ball at the 38-yard line.
Which would make me assume that the long snapper either did a sudden motion and didn't snap the ball.
That's exactly right. The umpire came up from the middle and said, no, you can't do that. Now
Flag
they're
on
doing
the
it
field.
again.
They're saying that you cannot pick up the
Illegal
football
snap. 5-yard penalty.
when you're going to
Replay
snap.
four.
The long snapper
Result of the
is
penalty places the ball at the
number
33-yard
5.
line. 4th and
That
23
is
for the
Carson
Spartans
Sire.
From the 33.
So after 2 penalties, they backed Spearfish all the way up, and now Marcus will punt from his 25-yard line.
Fair catch, and it's going to be at the
Fair
33.
catch called by Gilbert White Jr. at the 34-yard line.
So Spearfish having trouble getting the transmission out of reverse their first 2 drives. Rapid City Central getting that double wing offense with 3 running backs on the field most of the time. With that offense with Rapid City Central, death by 1,000 paper cuts.
First and
You won't
10,
get
Rapid
very
City
big
Central
explosive
from the
plays
34.
right off the bat, but when they do, it calls for a big one, especially with number 13 in red standing out on the far side of the field.
See if they opt to throw it a little bit. They do not.
As that looks to be number 6 for Rapid City
Down on the
Central.
carry.
That is Junior Allen, senior running back and a defensive back.
Walters there initially for the Spartans.
And there
No gain on the play.
is a number 40 for the Spartans on the tackle.
I believe that's Croc. And, yep, and Walters in there on the stop, too. They just swarmed to the ball so well. You wonder then if Central is, kind of lulling
Second and 10
Spearfish to sleep
for
a
the
little bit
Cobblers
on
from the 34-yard
the whole
line.
passing game here. If they're just going to bust it out at some point here, they will. Here's a pitch back.
Toss back to the running back. He finds a crease and scoots forward for a first down. That is a Jackson. Braden Jackson, junior running back and defensive back, 185 pounds, 6'1", and that is the first down of the game for either team.
That took better than half the first quarter before we
First and
saw
10 for the Cobblers
the
from
first
45-yard
down.
line.
Same set now, no wide receivers, tight formation. As Lucas looks to blitz, it'll just be a handoff to the B-back. Runs up the gut after a great carry for Rapid City Central. That looks to be a number 21, Captain
Benbow
Benbow.
on the carry. Gain of 7 on the play.
So after that gain of 7, Rapid City Central in the huddle. Time to go over more of our matchup menu real quick.
Second and
So they
3
come to the
for
line.
Cobblers.
T area,
From the
they are
48.
home against Rapid City Central, Aberdeen Central. As now White Jr., he will break it to the outside and gets tackled
Gilbert White on the carry.
right after they get past the first down marker. So Gilbert, the wide receiver, now getting the toss
Never
on
been
that
on the stop
formation.
for the Spartans. Gain of 4.
Makes it
So-
a gain of 4 and a first down.
So Central able to move the ball now as they've kind of figured a couple things out on offense here. They get a full head of steam out of the backfield and come bullying towards the line, and that's given them positive yardage here on a few plays. And then, yes, using their wide receiver to try to use a little speed on the outside edge. Didn't get away, but got enough for the first down there. So another first down for Central.
As White hobbled off the field, so that might be something to keep in mind for Rapid City Central. Handoff straight up the middle. That is Jackson. He breaks a tackle, about breaks another tackle, but therefore finally brought down Bembo. Again, for us football nerds, is a B-back in this formation.
Gain of 11.
You could technically call him a fullback, but rumbling, bumbling, stumbling for a first down, and Rapid City Central, they keep on cruising.
They got a little something going here. Again, we're at the Rushmore Bowl at O'Hara Stadium in Rapid City. Spearfish and Rapid City Central, as Central's quick to the line.
Motion, now will be a handoff again to Benbow. Benbow, he busts forward for another gain of about 6. Dylan Dorn, the cornerback, he comes up to make the tackle.
So Spearfish not giving up anything incredibly big, but Central is definitely consistently gaining positive yardage and moving the ball down the field, now inside the 30 to the 28.
And I do like this offensive approach from Central, much like T-Area did a week ago. They like to run the ball, death by 1,000 paper cuts, but they have the depth to run the ball and keep fresh players in at all times. 2nd and 5 now for Central. They're going to go on the pass. Rollout is Matthew. Matthew pressed by Dorn, and he'll just throw it away over to the sideline. We got flags on the play.
We'll see what happened. That came in the secondary, so is that going to be pass interference or illegal contact, or maybe a man downfield? We'll see.
It looks like the referee is.
Receiver downfield, number 63. Will we play that down?
As an illegal receiver downfield, one of the offensive linemen got a little too far up past the
line of scrimmage.
So, Rapid City Central, they will back themselves all the way up from 2nd and 4 to 2nd and 9. He'll replay 2nd down.
2nd and 9, Cobblers from the
just a single split out over to the near side. Still a double wing formation. Bembo, he gets directly behind his quarterback, Matthew. As now we got more flags on the play. This could be, I don't see anyone jump. It could be unless the defensive lineman forced an lineman to jump, which could be the case here. We'll see what the referee says.
Coachman on the defense, number 65. 5 yards.
Encroachment on the defense, number 65 for Spearfish. That is Leighton Loop, the nose guard.
So just exchanging penalties there as Central now right back up where they were.
2nd and 4 for the Cobblers from the
Thank
Spartans
our
28.
law on the court. Brought to you by South Dakota Consumer Protection. Sweep over to the outside. That looks to be Jackson. Jackson breaks it clear outside. Goes down the sideline, and that's a first down run for Rapid City Central.
So Central busts one up the right side now, and they're in business now inside into the red zone. All the way down to the almost 13-yard line as Central tries that sweep on the outside and just kind of beats Spearfish and the defense out to the sideline. So Central looking to keep things moving this way with some pretty good offensive progression and mixing the plays up, working both sides of the field, and kind of keeping Spearfish or getting them on their heels now. We have a little bit of, do we have a water break kind of thing, or do we have
I think there was a Spearfish Spartan that was down on the play.
I missed that.
I think it was number 42. That is Marcus Medina. I think he came up slow.
13-yard line.
But the Cobblers now back in action in the red zone. First down as they hand up the middle. Jackson, he has quite a hole up the middle.
Benbow on the carry.
Benbow, that is, excuse me. As he goes for a gain of 6, and just the inside of that interior defensive line for Spearfish just parts after Rapid City Central bulldozed their way down to the 8-yard line.
Yeah, Spearfish giving up some ground there, whereas before it didn't last weekend.
2nd and 4 for the Cobblers.
T area
from the Spartans
tried a few
7-yard
times
line.
against Spearfish. They were stopped a few times. They did have some success as well up the middle, so it was kind of a mixed bag. We'll see what Central goes with the rest of the way.
Quarterback keeper by Matthew, straight up the gut, and touchdown, Rapid City Central.
The 7-yard run, good for a Cobbler touchdown.
Rapid City Central bulldozing their way clear down the field, and they get the first 6 on the board, and they take an early lead.
Yep, 6-0 now. Central here with 1:46 to go in the first quarter. And we'll see what Central opts to do.
As the quarterback, Matthew, just took the snap, and Spearfish was looking outside or trying to look for Bembo, and they didn't pay attention to the quarterback. And now Bembo, he will take the direct snap, breaks a tackle, and he gets in for the 2-point conversion.
The 2-point conversion attempt by Bembo is good.
A little wildcat for Rapid City Central.
Spartans 0.
As Matthews split out clear to the far side, Bembo took the snap. Walters had a chance at him, but to no avail. Bembo, he breaks the tackle and goes all the way into the end zone. And 8-0 Rapid City Central after their second drive of the game. We will take a quick timeout and come back with the kickoff as you're watching Spearfish football live on KDSJ-TV on YouTube and on Facebook.
Whether your kids are in school or even when they're off for the summer, Dana Dental Arts and Spearfish reminds you to make you and your family's dental health a top priority. Putting off small problems now can lead to big ones later. Before your lives get too hectic with school, sports, and other extracurricular activities, schedule a comprehensive exam now. We love our patients. Celebrating 50 years of dentistry in Spearfish.
Let our family care for your family.
One but 2 great locations in Spearfish to gas up and get what you need on the go. Exit 8 and Exit 14 Speedy Marts offer everything you need so you can get in and get out and get back on the road. Find your favorite snacks and a cold drink, or maybe something fresh from the kitchen or in the cold case. It's all homemade right here. And Exit 8 and Exit 14 offers top-tier fuels from Phillips 66, so you get the most from your transportation. Exit 8 and 14 Speedy Marts in Spearfish. Right off the road, right on the money. It's
As we're back here at O'Hara Stadium after Dylan Dorn had a return for Spearfish. There's a Rapid City Central on that drive. Didn't throw the ball. It was all on the ground. And after a 1-yard run by Matthew
From their own 37-yard line.
and a 2-point conversion by Bembo, Rapid City Central, they take an early 8-0 lead.
Return back to the 37-yard line for the Spartans, and now we're going to have a timeout. Looked like Central was just a little bit discombobulated on defense. So timeout for Rapid City Central.
So after that timeout, we're going to keep it right here and look at our Dana Dental Arts starting lineup, as we're just a little bit behind schedule here. Again, starting lineups brought to you by Dana Dental Arts,
Provide exceptional care and will return
where
you
a beautiful
to your
smile
active
is
lifestyle.
always
Black Hills
in
Surgical
style.
Hospital. Building a stronger you. We
Starting
thank
for
you,
Rapid
our
City
level
Central.
sponsor, Black Hills
So I find
Surgical
my
Hospital.
roster. Again, Caden Matthews, quarterback. Easton Graff, tight end. Number 10, Henry Hill, one of the running backs. Gilbert White, wide receiver. Wyland Benbow, he's the main bruiser at running back. The third running back, Braden Jackson, number 24. Offensive line is Ben Papik. Christian Redleaf, he's one of the tackles. Riley Chase, Lane Bixby, and John Wylam. On Spearfish, again, 2 quarterbacks, Jack Coet and Hunter Walters. That looks to be number 33, Bosch on the carry. He had a good game against T area last week.
He did. Runs for no gain there. Just back to the line of scrimmage. They say he picked up 2. I don't know about that. I think he lost 2, yeah.
Lathan Lucas, one of the running backs as well. Leighton Loop, Skylar Bryant, Samuel Marcus.
Whoop, we got a
and now
Cobbler jumping off sides.
Cobbler jumping over into the neutral zone.
Make sure that's indeed what the call was.
Defensive encroachment, number 73.
As that's all of the starting lineups I have for Spearfish. Again, with the rosters not really lining up, it's kind of
Result of the penalty places the ball at the
hard for
40-yard
us
line.
announcers up here to determine who's what.
2nd and 7 for the
But
Spartans.
that's
from
the first
40.
real positive game that that Spearfish has really had this contest. It's a penalty.
Yep, Spearfish's got to figure something out here, get a little rhythm going on offense as Hughes takes the snap, rolls out, and almost picked off.
That was a Jack Coet at quarterback.
Oh, I apologize, yes.
He was rolling out trying to hit Medina,
Pass is incomplete.
who's playing tight end today on a little rollout, and tipped by the defensive end for Rapid City Central, number 23 for the Cobblers, Landon Brubaker.
So Medina heads out, Doran comes back in from the sideline.
The Spartans from the 40-yard line.
So now 4 wide receivers, 2 on either end. As Coet at quarterback taking the snap, he's going to look to pass. He's going to pump, now go and take off and run. Coet showing the wheels, can't quite outrun the defense of number 21. That is Wyland Benbow there on the stop. And Spearfish now with a 4th and 1 after that gain of about 7.
What will they do? Will they punt it?
Gain of 6.
Or are they going to go on 4th down? Finally got some positive yards. Looks like they're going for it.
Coach Teenson trusting his defense. He might be looking just for a jump.
And he got one.
And they got the jump. That is the defensive end for Rapid City Central, number 73. Chevy Leslie, who in the offseason gained over 30 pounds for Rapid City Central. He jumps into the neutral zone and will give Spearfish their first down of the contest with just 14 seconds left to go in the first.
Yeah, what a play. I mean, just straight up hard count. Didn't look like Spearfish intended really maybe to snap the ball, but they go ahead and get the positive yards as the clock ticks down, and that's going to be the end of the first quarter. They don't get the playoff. So, there you go. 1 quarter in the books at the Rushmore Bowl for Spearfish and Rapid City Central. Central strikes first. Spearfish trying to get something going on offense as they're at midfield. 8-0 on the Junix Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram scoreboard.
We'll take a quick break, look at some scores from the matchup menu, and come back with the second quarter worth of action here at O'Hara Stadium. You're watching Spearfish Spartans football live on KDSJ-TV.
Whatever the weather, Wolf's Plumbing and Heating keeps you in the comfort zone with expert heating and air conditioning repair or replacement from American Standard Mitsubishi. For over 70 years, Wolf's Plumbing and Heating has delivered quality service to the Northern Hills and Northeast Wyoming. When you need timely, expert service for heating, cooling, or plumbing, call 605-642-5755 or search Wolf's Plumbing and Heating and stay in the comfort zone.
As we're back here at O'Hara Stadium, Rapid City Central leading Spearfish 8-0 as both teams switch sides and come back out. Looking at more of our matchup menu of some contests that are going on today in the Northern Black Hills and across the state. Looking at some 9-man teams real quick as Hill City, they're visiting Dupree. Harding County, they will play New Underwood as Walters breaks to the outside and close to a first down on his first carry.
Good to see positive yardage for Walters there as
gain of 9 on the play.
Coet and Walters kind of joined there for a while until they decided who was going to take the ball on that handoff or not, the RPO. So just a 1 yard second down and 1 now for Spearfish. They only need 1.
Now Coet, he wants to go deep. He's going to look deep, looking deep, and didn't quite get deep as Dylan Doran streaking down the sideline. Coverage that time by Rapid City Central looks to be, I believe that's 24. That is Braden Jackson, cornerback for Rapid City Central. So that will make it now 3rd and 1.
3rd and 1 for the Spartans from the Cobbler 41-yard line.
Well, Spearfish being aggressive, taking that 2nd down and short and trying to come up with something big, a big play, maybe a penalty or a long pass play.
It's going to be a handoff inside to Walters. He doesn't get a lot, but I think he gets enough for a first down.
Well, we'll see.
Walters
they got him
on
right on the line, and that is enough for a first down.
So Spearfish, they get their first down, and not courtesy of a penalty this game.
1st and 10 for the Spartans from the Cobbler 40-yard line.
Looking at some more matchups that are going on today. Sturgis Brown, they are having their first home game of the season. They're hosting Douglas, a Black Hills Conference matchup. What's left of the Black Hills Conference in Class AA. Brookings, they are traveling to, actually they're hosting Mitchell today in Class AA. As a handoff to Walters, who breaks straight up the gut all the way up to the 22-yard line. Hunter Walters on the carry, and now Spearfish, they're starting to show some life on offense.
They are. They're starting to figure some things out, holding some of their blocks and finding some of those creases and able to get some positive yardage.
That play took a little bit of a while to develop as the right guard and the right tackle both pulled on the play. Now they will keep feeding Walters. He will scamper forward for a gain of 5. So now the Spearfish offensive line starting to flex their muscles a bit.
Yeah, they are. They're winning some battles down there. Another gain of, what'd you say, about 5. So that's bringing up 2nd and 5 for the Spartans. Down now to the 20-yard line.
They'll say it's a gain of 4. So it'll be 2nd down and 4 for the Spartans. Coet takes the snap, will hand off to Walters again, who picks his way forward for a nice gain of about...
It's enough.
About 7. For the Cobblers.
Oh, not quite. They moved the ball back, so here we're very close.
Gain of about 7, so it'll be about 3rd and 1. Check of our Junix Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram scoreboard. Sturgis up 14-0 over Douglas. That's 11 minutes left to go in the 3rd quarter. Here in Class AA action. Coet on the quarterback keeper. He gets hit at the line of scrimmage. He might be short.
We'll see where they put that ball down.
Jack Coet, they will say it's no gain, and it's 4th and 1 for Spearfish.
No gain on the play. 4th and 1. Spartans for the
Coet, not your traditional runner at quarterback. That one usually goes to Thomas Hughes. He's actually split out. It's going to be a handoff to Walters. I don't think he got it.
He didn't. He slipped just as he was going to cut upfield. And the defense was in the backfield there too, so he just couldn't quite get enough traction and enough force to go for the first down.
At the 16-yard line.
So now Rapid City Central, after getting pushed around that first drive of the 2nd quarter, they are now back at business with an 8-point lead. Looking at more of our Junix Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram scoreboard, T-Area, they got back in a good way, 39-7 over number 5 ranked Aberdeen Central.
Wow.
So well, T's home opener, I think they were a little mad after the entire state got to watch them be embarrassed by Spearfish just a week ago. Brookings up 14-0 over Mitchell. Pierre up 13-6 over Huron. That's a look at our Class AA Junix Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram scoreboard. As Benbow, the workhorse for Rapid City Central, he takes the carry up for a gain of about 5 and makes it 2nd down.
Gain of 5 on the play.
Beautiful night for football.
Boy, it is gorgeous out. You could sit here in short sleeves, a few long sleeves, but you really don't need them, at least not yet, maybe by the 2nd half. But clear night, not hardly much of a breeze, starting to cool off.
From the 21-yard line.
Nice night.
Tight formation on 2nd and 5. Jackson comes in a motion. It'll be a counter off the outside, and right there to make the tackle. That is a Sire, I believe, for Spearfish. The carry goes to number 11, Henry Hill.
Yeah, Hill couldn't quite turn the corner. Sire right there just wouldn't let go. So back to the line of scrimmage is it.
The Spearfish Spartans, again in Class AA, 1-0, third ranked in the state, again after that upset over T-Area. Who T-Area then technically an upset on, if you look at it on paper, took care of number 5 ranked Aberdeen Central. Spearfish in a few weeks, they will travel over to Aberdeen. Of course, that one will be right here on KDSJ-TV as well. 3rd and 5, flags fly as Matthew wanted to go to his favorite target and White Jr., but there's laundry on the field. And
so that's got to be an offensive penalty, doesn't it?
We have a false start on the offense.
Yep.
Not set at the 5-yard.
Can almost hear the ref, but it is a false start indeed on Rapid City Central. Our law on the court, again,
16-yard line.
Brought to you by South Dakota Attorney General's Office, Division of Consumer Protection. The law on the court.
How about the law on the field?
On the field, I want to thank Cody Oliver for giving me the script, so I'm going to blame him on that one.
You can ad lib on that one there. You don't have to say court. Another one.
Time is out, red.
Oh,
Second timeout of the
so the Rapid City Central will take a timeout. There's 3rd and 10 from the 16-yard line. We'll keep it right here. Go over some more stuff. Again, tonight's law on the field brought to you by South Dakota Consumer Protection. Brad Tucker, head official, and then Steve Hilton, Scott Lang,
Stevens High School recruiter Lynn Baldy, would like to
as well as
welcome
Tanner Tucker and Genevieve Demet Osborne. Those of our men in the stripes. Again, our law on the field. Our game officials brought to you by South Dakota Attorney General's Office, Division of Consumer Protection. Again, Paula James, Clayson Davis up here from our Monument Health broadcast booth here at O'Hara Stadium. Again, a beautiful night.
It is absolutely great for football here this evening. Earlier, Stevens didn't have such a great time in the Rushmore Bowl. It was running clock
16
in the second half, was it not?
Yeah, it was running clock after a 35-0 lead by Brandon Valley. Matthew trying to throw. He's under pressure. He has time to run and then some. The athletic quarterback, he finally scampers forward after a good gain. That was before Evan Wilson. He quickly checks himself out of the game. Gets a stop.
21-yard
Yeah, he was looking deep. He just couldn't get quite enough time to set his feet and hoist it downfield.
One to throw to, I believe it was White. And transfer a wide receiver.
So 4th and 5, deep in their own territory. The Cobblers are going to punt this one. So Spearfish holds on defense, which they needed to stop. They need to get the ball back and try to make something happen before half. 6.5 minutes to go in the second quarter.
Punter for Rapid City Central. That is Josephine Samili.
That's the second one he's been able to roll down the field.
It's going to keep rolling all the way to the 42-yard line. That's where Spearfish, they will have their, I believe, 3rd drive of the game.
Yep.
Or 4th drive, I believe.
Is it 4 now?
I believe it's 4th.
All right.
Updating some graphics here on our KDSJ-TV production. Again, next week we will be in Mitchell, South Dakota. Spearfish in the middle, starting off a 3-week road trip. They start off, which this is pretty much a long home game for them as well.
Right. If this is part of your road trip, that ain't too bad. But not being able to play a lot of those Class A schools now, you're going to have to travel a lot more. Big game for Walters.
He's going to bumble for a game of 11. Hunter Walters. He's been a spark for Spearfish offensively, as now Thomas Hughes returns at quarterback. As Walters, take a look at that one on our KDSJ Sports replay. As he just picks his way through the line. So patient is Walters when he runs the ball. As he picks his way over to a 1st down. And now Hughes will have backs on either side. Hand off to Evan Wilson. He has a little bit of room himself, and he'll go all the way up after a gain of about Walters 6 or 7. Nope, that's Walters. The 6 and the 8 look quite similar.
Gain of 7 on the play.
Oh, nice gain again, back-to-back carries by Walters,
Second
getting
and
positive
3
yardage
for the
Spartans.
40-yard line.
So second and short.
So finally got the scoreboard to work. They're going to keep it with Walters. Picks his way all the way up.
On the carry.
Clear past the first down and then some. Walters
Blake on
has
the
been
stop
the
for
war
Cobblers.
pony for Spearfish. And after starting
Gain of 10 and a
at the
Spartan
42,
first down.
they've made their way
First
all the
and
way
10
to the
Spartans for the
30-yard
Cobblers
line.
30.
Walters, big for the Spartans. 1st and 10 now.
The man in motion, and now Walters, he doesn't quite get the
Walters on the carry.
that he had the past few times as the defensive line for Rapid City Central there to come up and make the stop. That is Leslie on the stop for
13
Rapid City
for the
Central.
Spartans from the 33-yard line.
Chevy Leslie, that is. 6'1", 265-pound defensive tackle. That 4-3 alignment. Flags go flying. I believe this one will probably be on Spearfish.
False start on the tight end. It's 5-yard penalty. Replay the down.
On the tight, that is the tight end, Marcus Medina.
Result of the
For
penalty, places the
Spearfish.
ball at the 38-yard line.
He's accused of the false start,
Second
and now
18 for the
Spearfish,
Spartans from the 38.
2nd and 18 to go. And now your play calling sheet gets quite a bit smaller.
Yep. Well, you want to get about half of this if you can. And right now, 4 minutes and ticking, I think Spearfish is going to talk about this. Yep, timeout.
So a timeout by
Spearfish. The first
Spearfish. It's their first timeout on the game, or at least this
The
half.
South Dakota Army National Guard.
And I think we might take a quick break as well. We're going to be back with the ending of this quarter right here on KDSJ-TV.
Drive it on to victory with the Granite Home Team at Granite Automotive. Making all the right moves and scoring points for a better customer experience is a true team effort. From sales to finance, showroom to service, every Granite Home Team member has a role to play and a job to perform to make sure your next buying experience is your best buying experience. Enthusiastically on your side. Drive Granite. Go team. Go Granite. Buick, Nissan, GMC. Rapid City. Click drivegranite.com.
Back for the second half. That tight end launched all the way down the field. Dylan Dorn was there, but Hughes couldn't quite get it on the dot as Dylan Dorn. He had a step on his defender, and he would have been in for 6, but Hughes' pass not quite on the mark, just a bit outside of Dylan's catch radius, and it is now 3rd and 18.
Oh, yeah, that one stings. When you have that, he was that open. I think I saw that in the end of the Baltimore-Kansas City game last night when Lamar missed 2 receivers at the end that were wide open.
3rd and 18 for the Spartans. For the
3rd and
38-yard
18.
line.
2 wideouts to each side. 2 backs behind on either side of Hughes. It's going to be a screenplay over to Walters. Walters, he'll pick his way forward, not quite for a first down, but I don't think it'll matter.
Nope, I think we're going to have a holding penalty. That happened just ahead of that. Yep, you could see the umpire motioning to the referee. There was a holding on Spearfish.
Could see the linebacker came running through and just had a great collision with the offensive lineman.
Yeah, it was a good collision. I don't think he needed to hold necessarily. They both went down. He kind of tackled him. And, you just hit him and let whatever happens in that situation.
The penalty places the ball at the 48-yard line.
Quick look at our Junix Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram scoreboard. Belfouche in their home opener. Well, they might not be enjoying it so much. It's currently 50-7 West Central over Belfouche halftime over there at Belfouche High School football field.
3rd down and a country mile for Spearfish now.
3rd and 28. Trips to the near side. Coet and another flag on the play. Coet scrambling out. Will throw over to the sideline. His quarterback buddy Thomas Hughes with the catch, but we do have Laundry still on the field. Still had my flag graphic up on KDSJ-TV. I might just keep that up. It seems like Laundry been thrown on every other play.
Does seem that way.
Illegal formation on the offense. 5 men in the backfield. 5-yard penalty.
Illegal formation against Spearfish. Someone was not lined up on the line of scrimmage, and like you said, 3rd and a country mile. It might just be 3rd and a country now.
Boy, a small country.
As the ball clear on the 47-yard line. It is about 3rd in the length of Jamaica to the first down.
Yeah, you can see the sticks way down there. Yeah, it's a long ways to go.
Snap back to Coet. He's going to scramble out, trying to find someone, get him on the move. With the pump fake, he's going to scramble up the sideline. Not quite. He can't find anyone open, and it will now be 4th down for Coet and company. So Spearfish again drove the ball great, was running the ball effectively. One negative play, and then
the wheels fell off.
A bajillion penalties later, Spearfish had a first down at the 21-yard line. Meanwhile, the ball's spotted at about the 44.
Now Spearfish needs to figure out, 3 minutes left, keep Central off the scoreboard here to end the first half, or somehow get the ball back quickly. But if they can keep them off the scoreboard and only be down by 1 score at the half, Rapid City Central gets the ball first to start the second half. Do we got another flag?
Delay of game. Offense. 5-yard penalty. Replay the down.
So just when you couldn't get more backed up on 4th down, the ball goes down to the 49-yard line. And still 4th down after that delay of game penalty.
Whoa.
Marcus, he dropped the snap. He has all day to kick it. He just gets it off. It's a great punt all the way down and will bounce out near about the 15-yard line. Marcus.
Wow.
He got lucky that time.
Wow. No one, absolutely nobody coming for him on that one. So he was able to turn around, go back, get it, take a look, and go, oh, hey, nobody in my face.
Marcus had time to grab the ball, order a sandwich, eat the sandwich, then punt the ball.
Yeah,
and gets it all the way over to the 19-yard line of Rapid City Central. Like you said, Paul, if your Spearfish can't let them score Central, they will grind out a bunch of clock. And they also get the ball, I believe, to start the second half.
Yep.
Handoff inside to Benbow, as he's been the war pony all day for Rapid City Central. Good carry. Following that big offensive line of Rapid City Central, and Bembo, he is,
one of their players slow to get up, I believe, number 83.
83, so Bembo gets up, but his buddy
and he's not
Brock
happy.
Corrigan,
yep.
Senior defensive end and tight end, is one of the 2 tight ends for Rapid City Central. The other tight end, that is Easton Graff, Jr., 6'5", 205 pounds. As he was player of the game for Rapid City Central last week against Roosevelt, according to head coach Brandon Culpritz. Again, coming up here in about 2 minutes, 37 seconds, we get to have our halftime show brought to you by Wolf's Plumbing and Heating. Call Spearfish in Spearfish. Call 642-5755 or see more at wolfsplumbingandheating.com. In our halftime show coming up in a matter of moments as Rapid City Central Cobbler Corrigan, he finally is helped to his feet. Big, strong kid.
Yep, good to see. I don't know if that was a cramp or what. It seemed to be a little more than that now here as he comes off to the stop or the sideline. So looks a lot better now than it did when he was laying there. He looked pretty upset as though something more serious had happened.
3 for the Cobblers.
2nd and 3. Jackson goes in motion. It's going to be a toss back to Jackson. He's trying to get to the outside. He does get the outside, and he will scramble forward for a first down.
So Spearfish will be content with plays like that. That keeps the clock running with 2:20. Stops momentarily until the sticks get reset, and then it's wound again. So the clock running.
32-yard line.
As Matthew, the quarterback, has a touchdown run, the only touchdown run on the day so far, really the only score, minus the 2-point conversion by Bembo.
From their own 32-yard line.
Same double wing set, split out. That's White to the far side. It'll be a hand up the middle to Bembo. He has a little bit of room. Gain of about 5, and then met in the arms of the linebacker. I believe that's Leighton Loop on the tackle. And Bembo, he is still on the ground, and he
said, I need a second.
He's still on the ground.
Now he's ready.
Bembo on the carry.
He has been the workhorse for Rapid City Central so far. A gain of 5. He's got to be averaging around 5 yards per carry.
Yeah, he's been banging in there pretty hard, and, of course, with those big boys down low, he's been able to get some pretty good positive yardage and
2nd and 5
keep it rolling for Rapid City Central.
37-yard line.
Along with the center, Ben Pepke. Big offensive lineman there. Great tackle in the backfield that time. Leighton Loop, 2 back-to-back tackles for Leighton Loop as he burst through the A-gap. Lucas.
Yeah, he shot into the backfield, caught the running back from behind and kept the gain to actually probably lost a yard or two, huh? So it's 3rd down and about 7 or 8.
If you're Spearfish, you want to get Rapid City in these situations. 2nd to medium and long. As Central probably going to go try to throw it on this play. Yep, they are in the shotgun for the first time today. And
whoops, do we have
a timeout by Rapid City Central? The wide receivers on the far side, they had all sorts of confusion, and now Rapid City Central will be without timeouts for the rest of this first half.
Additional second quarter sponsor of this year's Rushmore Bowl.
Thanks some more of our sponsors real quick during this timeout. I want to thank our friends at, again, Junix Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram for giving us our scoreboard. Wolf's Plumbing and Heating. They'll have our halftime show. Fisher's Sand and Gravel. Butte County Equipment, Granite Automotive. Low Roofing as well. New this year. Pillin Optical, celebrating 50 years here in Rapid City. And a Powder River Energy.
And as we continue on with this one here tonight, we'll have some scores for you at halftime, too, with the Junix Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram scoreboard as well. So look forward to that coming up.
It's 3rd and about 8 for Rapid City Central. Matthew, the snapback, he's going to throw a deep one down the field, and that is a great battle on the outside. That is White Jr., the transfer wide receiver, going up against Dylan Doran, the cornerback.
Matthew's pass intended for White, falls incomplete.
As Doran, he was tried quite a few times by T area last week as well and held up pretty well, and that's a matchup. The athletic White going up against Dylan Doran. Now White will be back to kick.
That was kind of strange to me last week, and here, you know, I don't know if I'd want to throw it to him. He can catch very well.
White to boot it away. It's a low punt that will bounce at around the 40-yard line and keep rolling and rolling over to about the 28-yard line for Spearfish. 13 seconds left to go. Again, don't go away as we have the Wolves Plumbing and Heating halftime show.
Thinking Spearfish will probably just take a knee on this. I don't know why you would risk doing anything being inside the 30-yard line of your opponent at this point. If you're not going to actually try to gain yardage, you might as well just kneel on it.
Plus,
there's no timeouts.
Even if you do try to throw, do you have a kid with a strong enough arm to get it that long? I mean, Coet can throw it a long ways, but I don't think he can throw it 70 yards downfield.
From their own 28-yard line.
They are going to have trips to the near side here on first down. Snap back. It'll just be a throw over to Walters, and
incomplete.
Pass intended for
is
Hughes.
too
Ball's
tall for
incomplete.
Hughes. And now that will bring up 2nd down and 10 with 9 seconds left to go in the first half.
Now, I don't know if, like I said, either kneel on it or try to get yards. They were trying to pick up a few yards, 10, 15 yards, maybe take a chunk of it off, and then maybe try something. I don't know if you maybe can get another 10 or 15 here if you execute it correctly. We'll see what they do.
Snap back to Coet. He's now scrambling, rolling out to the right, throws it across the field, gets it to Wilson, who has now dropped at about the 47-yard line. That will put a closer on this first half. Almost flirted with disaster there. Coet just rolling out to the right, throwing across his body to the left.
Yeah.
Kind of a cardinal sin if you're a quarterback.
Yeah.
If there was an interception there, you would have been in positive territory and gave Rapid City Central a chance, but nonetheless, that did not happen. And we have hit halftime here in Rapid City. We're going to take a break, come back with the start of our Wolves Plumbing and Heating halftime show, go over, kind of recap what's happened so far in Rapid City, look at our Junix Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram scoreboard, and look at more games that are going on with our matchup menu brought to you by South Dakota Beef Logic. That's all up next and more as we have hit halftime here at O'Hara Stadium. As you're watching Spearfish Spartan football live on KDSJ-TV on Facebook and on YouTube.
You to try the new menu items now being offered at Maverick Steak and Cocktails. Watch the action as you dine inside the Gold Dust Casino with tables overlooking the gaming floor. Enjoy over 210 of the newest slot machines and table games in Deadwood. And use your club card for great discounts at the 2 hotels right in the middle of the action. Get reservations today by calling 605-559-1400 or visiting golddustdeadwood.com.
What is it that makes you powerful? It's not only having a voice, but knowing that it's heard, loud and clear. We understand knowledge can change your life, and that energy will continue to power it. And because you're part of a Touchstone Energy cooperative, we're always listening. Because you're more than just a customer, you're a member. And what's more powerful than that?
Powder River Energy, serving Northeast Wyoming since 1946.
A lot of land comes with a lot of work. The new Kubota MX Series has a lot to offer, including the versatility to mow, move hay bales, grade roads, and clear brush and snow. An optional spacious cab to keep you comfortable in any conditions. A front-end loader with excellent loader lift capacity, hydrostatic or gear transmission options, and affordably priced. Visit your local Kubota dealer today. See Butte County Equipment, located on U.S. Highway 212, Belle Fourche, or go online to automotivecompanyinc.com.
Quality food at a fair price. That's what you expect, and that's what you'll get at the Millstone Family Restaurant in Spearfish. Perfect for breakfast, lunch, or dinner, or to grab a bite to eat before or after the game. Choose from daily specials, and a trip to the fresh soup and salad bar is always a hit. Plus, the Millstone can accommodate larger groups, like buses or your next meeting in their private party room. So, if it's just you and a friend or the whole team, get a great meal at a great price. The Millstone Family Restaurant in Spearfish.
And welcome back to O'Hara Stadium here on the campus of South Dakota School of Mines, or SD Tech, or whatever nickname you have for them if you're a BH alum. Anyways, 8 to nothing, Rapid City Central on top of the visiting Spearfish Spartans as it's halftime here at O'Hara Stadium. As that first half was actually pretty quick.
Yeah, I moved along pretty quick. There was some penalties, not nearly as many penalties as there was last week in the opening weekend of football with Spearfish and T area. It seemed like there was a piece of dirty laundry on the field after every play. But this one here, this first half, snuck by in less than an hour. About 55, 56 minutes in that first half was over. Spearfish, Rapid City Central leading 8-0, just the one touchdown and 2-point conversion.
As a touchdown run by back for Rapid City Central on a quarterback sneak, Caden Matthew, and then the 2-point conversion put on from Wyland Benbow, who's been the war daddy at running back for Rapid City Central. As their band, Rapid City Central, gets ready to come out on the field. We don't really have stats, so we are going to go over to Paul James with the Junix Chrysler Dodge Ram scoreboard.
Yeah, let's see what's happening around the state. Of course, earlier here at the Rushmore Bowl tonight, it was not the night that Rapid City Stevens wanted. Playing here at O'Hara Stadium, Brandon Valley took care of them. The number 3 team in 11 AAA, 41-7 over Stevens. It was Sioux Falls Lincoln beating O'Gorman tonight, number 2 over number 4, 36-19. Number 5 ranked Sioux Falls Jefferson, a win over Sioux Falls Roosevelt, 41-7. And that's 11 AAA action, 11 AA action. T area definitely woke up after last week's loss to Spearfish. They come back to beat Aberdeen Central, the number 5 team in the state, 39-7 earlier tonight. Sturgis Brown is leading Douglas with 4 minutes left in the third, 28-0. Watertown, number 4 over number 2 Yankton, 20-13 at the end of the first half.
Really?
So that one there, interesting, as Watertown leads there. Brookings and Mitchell both getting votes in 11 AA, 27-0. Brookings is leading Mitchell in that game. And Pierre, the number 1 team in the state, all over Huron tonight, 34-6. Vermilion, they took care of Lakota Tech tonight, 55-0. Dakota Valley's leading the number 1 team in the state, Canton, 13-6. In the fourth quarter, Dakota Valley's the number 3 team in the state. Lennox all over Custer tonight, beat them 52-0. It was Sioux Falls Christian, the number 2 team in the state, beating number 5 Rapid City Christian, 41-22. And West Central all over Belle-Fourche tonight as well, 56-7. That's at the end of the third quarter. And checking out some more scores here tonight, looking for some area schools. Wagner, with 1 minute left in the fourth quarter, leading Hot Springs 27-0 at this point in the game. And we get down into 9 AA ranks. As I scan through here, Hill City beating up on Dupree at the start of the fourth quarter, 55-14, the score there. Harding County Bison all over New Underwood, 42-0 in the second quarter. Phillip and Bennett County into the first quarter, 6-0. Phillip leading there. We go to 9A action. Lemon McIntosh leading Potter County, 38-0. And Timberlake 20-6 over North Central. And Wall 21-8 over Kadoka area. Wall, the number 2 team in the state, leading them 21-8 with a minute left in the second quarter as well. 9B, we get down to the end, and a lot of these scores are kind of mixed because a 9A team is playing a 9B team, so nothing more to report. That's pretty much the rundown. Here at the half, it's Spearfish trailing Rapid City Central 8-0 at halftime of the Rushmore Bowl.
And I want to thank Paul James for giving us our Junix Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram scoreboard. Again, if you're joining us on KDSJ-TV, you get Paul and yours truly, Clayson Davis, here at O'Hara Stadium. If you're listening to us on the AM, you get to listen to Steve Ammerman giving the play-by-play for KDSJ Radio and our sister station, KOTA Radio. Steve Ammerman pulling double duty there, and he will actually be busy again tomorrow on KDSJ Radio as Black Hills State football. They will actually kick off their season tomorrow from Lyle Hare Stadium.
That's right.
They will play Southwest Baptist, kickoff around noon, so pregame at around 11:30. As the student section booing the camera woman. That's not nice.
No, it's not.
She's just trying to do her job.
Rapid City Central Cobbler Band doing a great job here at the half as well, too.
Oh, absolutely. You know, this is one thing that I do miss about high school sports, fall sports especially, is the band. The halftime performances. So, We will take a quick break with about 6:30 left to go in halftime here between Rapid City Central and Spearfish in the nightcap of the Rushmore Bowl. We'll be back and preview what's next for both teams as we conclude our Wolves Plumbing and Heating halftime show here on KDSJ. We'll be back after this short break.
The deals are heating up at Junix Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram during the Make This the Summer of Jeep sales event, where the best way to buy a 2024 Jeep Grand Cherokee Limited is with $6,000 of bonus cash, or a 2024 Jeep Wrangler Rubicon with $4,000 of bonus cash. Save on interest with 5.99% financing plus no payment for 90 days. With approved credit, offer expires on September 4th, 2024. Visit the all-new Junix.com to see what's available. Then schedule a test drive to see what's possible at Junix Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram on West Jackson in Spearfish.
Whatever the weather, Wolves Plumbing and Heating keeps you in the comfort zone with expert heating and air conditioning repair or replacement from American Standard Mitsubishi. For over 70 years, Wolves Plumbing and Heating has delivered quality service to the Northern Hills and Northeast Wyoming. When you need timely, expert service for heating, cooling, or plumbing, call 605-642-5755 or search Wolves Plumbing and Heating and stay in the comfort zone.
Dr. Jet Rogers at Peak Family Chiropractic and Sports Performance. We all take different paths in life. That's why we utilize multiple different treatments here at Peak. Our main treatment is our high-level chiropractic adjustment, but we also emphasize the use of cupping, scraping, vibration massage, trigger point therapy, and active care to promote movement, strength, mobility, and most of all, pain relief. Why travel to multiple locations when you can have total wellness under one roof? Stop in today, and let's get you to your peak.
Self-made easy with help from Proline Equipment Rentals in Belfouche. Whether you're a full-fledged contractor or just taking care of some jobs around your home, Proline has the equipment you need. Lifts for any job, like scissor lifts, boom lifts, and man lifts. Skid steers, trenchers, backhoes, and more. Step inside to find smaller tools for do-it-yourself projects like concrete work, painting, sewer repair, and more. Call 723-7677, click ProlineEquipmentRentals.com, or stop by off North Highway 85 in Belfouche today.
As the Rapid City Central Band continues to play here at O'Hara Stadium here on Durham Field. Rapid City Central, they are out to an 8-0 lead over the visiting Spearfish Spartans of Class AA. Looking at what's next for both teams coming up later on in their seasons. Is looking at first off for Spearfish. They, of course, they got a win last week versus a T area, and again playing Rapid City Central here tonight. Next week, we're on the road to Mitchell, South Dakota, where the Mitchell Tigers will host Spearfish Spartans. That will be next Saturday on KDSJ Radio and KDSJ-TV. So we'll be there next weekend. Aberdeen Central, they will be the final leg of this 3-week road trip for the Spartans. As a number 5 ranked Aberdeen Central, I don't think they'll be number 5 after today. After T area took care of business. Then a Spearfish next home game versus Huron to end off the month of September. October opens up with a road trip to Watertown, which will be a tough game there. Home against Douglas at number 1 Pier for the final regular season road trip, and then home versus Sturgis in the annual Thursday rivalry game to end off the regular season. Looking over to Rapid City Central, of course, they are Class AAA, the biggest high school in the state of South Dakota. Last week lost to Sioux Falls Roosevelt 19-21, playing Spearfish here today. Trying to get a win here today because next week they have no easy feat. They will travel to number 1 ranked Harrisburg in Class AAA. Before they will, I believe, host number 4 O'Gorman. Before going to number 3 Brandon Valley, who was actually here today, and beat up on Rapid City Stevens. And home against Washington at Sioux Falls Lincoln for the final road trip, and then 2 home games to end off the regular season for Rapid City Central. One against Sioux Falls Jefferson. I think actually technically Rapid City Stevens, they have it as an away game. they share the same field.
Well, right.
It's not an away game.
Sure, sure.
That's what's next for Rapid City Central. Looking at their schedule, it's about 1 minute, 20 seconds till the end of halftime as we take a look at our friend up there, Steve Ammerman, doing the dirty work on KDSJ radio. Thank our friend Steve Ammerman for pulling the weight on KDSJ radio. Again, you'll hear his beautiful voice tomorrow for Black Hills State University football as they will debut their season. I believe South Dakota School of Mines, they've actually had a few games already, as I believe they lost a barn burner. I don't quite know who they played, but it went into fourth overtime, I believe, last night.
Oh, wow.
Lost 52-50.
Oh, my goodness.
So South Dakota School of Mines, I believe they've played 2 games. Of course, D2, you can now play a week earlier. So some teams like to do that and have a bye week later in the year.
Okay.
I don't believe BH took advantage of that rule. I think we're playing 9 games straight throughout the season.
Okay.
That bye week would be very nice, though, I will admit.
But it's going to be a fairly warm day tomorrow, I think about 85.
Mm-hmm.
And what's kickoff, noon?
Noon.
Yeah,
noon
so
kickoff, so it'll be a hot one.
Right in the heat of the day, so if you're going out to the game tomorrow, bring your sunscreen and an umbrella.
Might not be a bad idea.
Yeah, so.
Well, as both teams go out of the locker room and get warmed up, it's the 3-minute warm-up time is put on the scoreboard, and we will take a quick timeout ourselves. We will take about a 2-minute timeout and then come back with the kickoff and the start of the second half as you're watching Spearfish Spartan football playing Rapid City Central Cobblers in the Rushmore Bowl here on KDSJ-TV.
Jake's Collision Repair has built their reputation by offering the highest quality, guaranteed repairs in the area. Satisfied customers return again and again for everything from collision repair to custom paint, glass and windshield, and the best hail repair in the region. They're preferred by most insurance companies and work with all of them. Jake's Collision Repair of Spearfish and Sturgis. Give them a Google today for the best repair on your vehicle, guaranteed.
Monument Health Orthopedics and Sports Medicine is here to help you make your comeback. In order to perform your best on and off the field, your body needs to stay hydrated. Watch for signs of dehydration such as decreased energy, poor coordination, or muscle cramps. Remember that hydration comes from everything you consume, not only from beverages, but also from food. Sports drinks are also beneficial as they contain carbohydrates, sodium, and potassium. Nutrition experts at Monument Health can help athletes of all ages and skill levels understand their fueling and hydrating needs.
For nearly 50 years, Low Roofing Incorporated has been the trusted name in commercial roofing across western South Dakota and eastern Wyoming. Family owned and operated since 1975, they bring quality craftsmanship and reliable service to every project, big or small. From repairs to new installations, Low Roofing Incorporated covers it all. Protect your business with the experts who care and products that last. Call 1-800-658-4543. Low Roofing Incorporated, building a legacy of trust, one roof at a time.
Whether you've lived here for years or if you're new to town, everyone wants to know the best place to buy a quality pre-owned car, truck, and SUV, or where to go to have your current ride kept in shape. Brandon Kemp here from Superior Auto Solutions in Spearfish. Need new tires? We got them, all major brands. Your brakes squeaking, or do you just hear something that's not quite right? We can help. Or maybe you're looking to upgrade to something a little more suitable. Well, you came to the right place. Superior Auto Solutions on Colorado Boulevard in Spearfish, or find us online at superiorautost.com.
And welcome back to O'Hara Stadium for the nightcap of the Rushmore Bowl between Rapid City Central and Spearfish. As coming up at the ending of the game, you don't want to miss our Superior Performer, brought to you by Superior Auto Solutions. They'll be awarded at the end of the contest. Again, our Superior Performer, brought to you by Superior Auto Solutions. Call 605-642-9111 or see their inventory online at superiorauto.sd.com.
Yeah, ready to go as we get this second half underway. Spearfish is going to be kicking it away to Rapid City Central. Central with the 8-0 halftime lead. The only touchdown in the first half as the Spartans had one good drive that got them down to about the 20-yard line, but then the negative yardage started to kick in, a negative play and then some penalties, and that all kind of culminated. And
Marcus set the kickoff for the Spartans.
Finally a punt that then ran out the first half after that.
Marcus puts a boot to leather, and we're off for the second half. Jackson catches it about the 5-yard line, and he'll set up the return. And he breaks a tackle. Now we'll break it over to the outside. Jackson just gets shoelace tackled by Nick Bosch. Might have just saved a touchdown for Spearfish.
He might have. He was in a jumble of players, and once you can cut outside of that, everybody over pursues to, where the group is, and he just about was able to cut it back the other way, and it could have been off to the races. So decent starting field position, 31-yard line.
First and 10, Rapid City Central from the 31.
That tight double wing set in motion is White, and
we're going to have a whistle.
On the field.
Play will be blown dead, and I believe it'll be 1st and 15 now for Rapid City Central.
Full start on the offense. Not set. 5-yard penalty. Result of the penalty places the ball at the 26-yard line.
So after that false start, pushes Rapid City Central back. Again, they've been moving the ball very effectively on the ground. Is Rapid City Central, of course, that's their game, ground and pound, run over your opponent and then some.
2nd and 15.
Now we haven't seen much in the way of passing, at least in the first half from Central.
As now a handoff up the gut. I believe that will be Benbow. Wylan Benbow.
Benbow on the carry.
Junior captain, 5'11", 200 pounds, playing that fullback position. Really kind of a, again, us football nerds call it a B-back and a double wing offense.
Cobblers from the 30-yard line.
Same set. It's going to be a sweep over to the right side, Jackson, and he will run into Wilson and Lathan Lucas after a no gain, and now it'll be a 3rd and long. And if you're a Spearfish fan, this is where you want Rapid City Central.
Definitely good pursuit by Spearfish. They're not letting him get outside. They didn't let him break the containment. They kept him back towards the inside where the defensive help was, and they kept that gain to a minimum. So what are we looking at, 3rd and 11?
I believe 3rd and 11.
Yep.
They will stay under center. They have one wide out here to the near side. That's White. It's going to be a pass, a short little screenplay over to Benbow, who's running hard. Breaks the tackle, readjusts his helmet, and he bulldozes his way to a 1st down.
That was a nice little play. Everybody kind of forgot about Benbow down there on the line. He kind of stayed there like he was going to block. And pretty soon he found himself wide open. He turned to face the defense, and I think was surprised to see nobody within 5-10 yards of him.
You can just see how powerful of a runner Benbow is. Once he caught the ball and had open space, he turned it into another gear, and we were off to the races. It'll be the same set now for Rapid City Central. White will come in motion. It'll be a counter toss over to the right side, and there's a lot of room for Jackson. Jackson breaks a tackle, lowers the shoulder again. He's still on his feet. He breaks 2 more tackles. Jackson rumbling, bubbling, stumbling for a touchdown for Rapid City Central.
Yeah, Spearfish kind of thought they didn't wrap up. They thought they were going to run him out of bounds or knock him out of bounds, but he did not go out of bounds.
Look at that one on the KDSJ Sports replay. As Jackson, again, broke a few tackles and then dropped the shoulder into some defensive backs for Spearfish. And I believe Spearfish thought he stepped out of bounds once. And Well, he didn't. He ran clear down the field, and now Rapid City Central, they are up 14-0 over Spearfish, and now they're going to go for 2 again. Double wing set. It'll just be a simple quarterback, a keeper again. Matthew, his second quarterback sneak. This one just for a 2-point conversion. And Rapid City Central pull ahead to a 16-0 lead over the Spearfish Spartans.
Spartans got their work cut out for them now. They got punched in the mouth right away in the second half by T area last week. T came out of the locker room and ran right through them like a hot knife through butter, but Spearfish responded last week. And of course, T area had 5 turnovers last week. Tonight, we haven't seen a turnover.
Now, both teams been playing relatively clean on both sides of the ball. Of course, it's a lot easier to hold on to the ball when you're running it every single play, as long as you don't put it on the ground by way of a fumble. As Spearfish, again, all 5 turnovers from T area a week ago, Spearfish turned into points. Well, they haven't had a turnover yet. So if you are a Spartan fan, you're hoping something needs to happen on offense.
Long way to go in this one. 9:50 to go in the third quarter.
Kickoff, that will be received by Walters. Walters, he's had some good returns so far. He keeps trucking forward all the way up to the 40-yard line. And that's where Spearfish will set up shop.
And there's a flag, and Walters got up, and he was pointing like, hey, something happened. I'm not sure. Didn't quite catch it there. We'll see what the call is going to be, though. Pretty sure this will be on Central.
I'll hear it from our game officials. Again, brought to you by South Dakota Attorney's General Office, Division of Consumer Protection.
Number 20, red. That's a 15-yard penalty. That'll be a first down.
That's a big penalty. That
First and 10, Spearfish.
marches Spearfish way ahead to the 45-yard line of the Cobblers. So Spartans got a golden opportunity here with a really good field position.
So that personal foul. It will be a keeper by Walters, who actually took the snap. Walters, the running back, running the read option with his quarterback, Thomas Hughes. It's a gain of about 2, and it'll bring up 2nd and 8.
So some positive yardage anyway to start the drive for Spearfish, and now we're going to have
gain of 2.
Oh, we got a hurt Cobbler coming off the field here.
2nd and 8 for
that is
Spartans,
number 83, the defensive end, Brock Corrigan. He's been kind of banged up a few times here tonight.
He has. He's been taking some hits, and he's going to need a second on the sideline. So 2nd and 7 for the Spartans.
2 wideouts to either side, 2 backs on either side of Hughes. Claps his hands, and now the ball's on the ground. Walters picks it up. He does move forward. He gets at least to the line of scrimmage, but that could have been disastrous for Spearfish.
Oh, boy, got to take care of the ball. Wasn't the greatest snap in the world. Looks like a no gain. So that's just going to be simply a wasted play.
No gain on the play. 3rd and 8.
Again, if you're Spearfish, that's just kind of been the story of the game. You have some positive yardage, and then you shoot yourselves in the foot by way of penalty, or that time it could have been a turnover. So now 3rd down for Spearfish. Same set. Walters and Wilson on either side of Hughes. Walters, he gets the carry, breaks the tackle, will bring it to the outside. Here goes Walters. Walters gone their way all the way down to the 20-yard line. Stiff arms out of bounds, and Walters, like he's done all night, gives Spartans a spark.
He does. That's a huge play for Spearfish, which they needed, and doesn't look like any flags on the field. So first down, Spearfish all the way down inside the 20 to the 18.
Quarterback Thomas Hughes getting the play.
From the Cobbler 18-yard line.
At the Cobbler 18, again, a first down for Spearfish. As Hunter Walters doing the dirty work for the Spartans.
The shotgun now.
2 tight ends on the backfield as it looks like a rollout by Hughes. He will run or throw. Hughes will just keep it himself and will slide down. Might have taken a hit, but no flag on the play as Hughes gave himself up. It is a gain of about 5 for Thomas Hughes, and we'll bring up 2nd and 5.
Good positive yardage again for Spearfish. He had options there. Like you said, he had his arm cocked like he was going to throw, but he did not have to. It kind of made the defense stay honest, so it gave him some room to run.
Now 2 wideouts, 2 backs on either side. Here comes Walters being patient with his
Walters on the carry.
With his hold developing. Looks like a Cobbler lost his helmet after that physical run by Hunter Walters. Gain of about 3 to 4. Looks like 3, and it will be a 3rd down and 2.
So a big 3rd down for Spearfish here as they've finally been able to turn some positive yardage. Had great field position to start after the big penalty. And, they need points here.
From the Cobbler 10-yard line.
Of course, last time Spearfish got into the red zone, they couldn't convert on 4th and 1. Trying not to repeat that same deal here. 3rd and 3. Handoff to the outside as Walters. He breaks the outside pursuit. He doesn't quite get into the end zone.
First down, though.
Ran about 15 yards just to get about 2.
Yeah.
But it is 1st and goal for Spearfish in the red area.
Big time red area. We're talking inside the 10 all the way down to the 7-yard line. So Spearfish got to get on the scoreboard here as the play clock now runs down under 15, and they are ready to go.
Coet, full house backfield. Haven't seen this. Coet, he'll just take it himself and not quite. Didn't really throw Rapid City Central off guard. I'd be lucky to say if he even got a yard.
Yard, maybe. Yep, gain of 1. So it'll be 2nd and goal from the 6.
Coet, definitely the bigger quarterback of the 2. Use him as more of a battering ram.
We'll see if they look for Doran down here. I don't even know if Doran's on the field at this point.
It'll be the same play this time to Hughes. Slices through the defense.
Oh, he got in.
Hughes on the carry.
Touchdown, Spearfish Spartans, and they are finally on the board after 3 quarters of play.
So Thomas Hughes able to kind of little counter there. He stopped and paused and got the defense to give up a little hole there, and that puts Spearfish on the board, which they desperately needed.
As it looked like the same, and now there'll be a timeout on the PAT.
Well, I think maybe
that's their first timeout in the 2nd half.
The reason for that could be slight injury. So we'll see what they.
Largest independent banks, Dakota Bank. And our knowledgeable local bakers are here to serve your
I feel like maybe somebody got a little shaken up and they had to give him a second.
Well, earlier in the drive, Cade Pavruska, wide receiver, he did come out of the field, come out of the game. He wasn't really limping or anything, but he is their kicker, and he was not on the field for those final few plays. Again, that formation, kind of a diamond formation, 2 backs on either side of the quarterback and then a tailback directly behind him. Gave multiple options to hand the ball off, but elected to keep it with the quarterback, 2 lead blockers, and then a pusher behind him from that gun position.
Well, Spearfish ready to go. Looks like they're going for 2 here.
Has 2 wide receivers to the far side of the field. That is Vavruska, and also number 22, that's Lathan Lucas. As a Hughes quarterback, he's going to take the snap, roll out, looking to throw. He throws high and just out of bounds. Lathan Lucas had a chance at it.
He was there.
Hughes' pass on the.
Take a look at that one on the KDSJ Sports replay. As a high pass, Lucas fell down, just had it. He maybe could have corralled it. He probably could have got it to go, but nonetheless, it will stay a 16-6 ball game. So Rapid City Central, their defense gets punched in the mouth for the first time today. We'll see how they have to say to respond when we come back with the kickoff. You're watching Spearfish Spartans football. We're live on KDSJ-TV on YouTube and on Facebook. We'll be back after this short break.
look at all the pictures of the resort you'd stay in every year. All you need to do is pay reasonable maintenance fees once a year. With any contract that you're signing, read and understand everything. What happens if you cancel? Can you get out of this contract? If you feel pushed into signing the contract, you need to stop and take a step back. If you have questions, contact the South Dakota Office of Attorney General's Consumer Protection Division at 800-300-1986.
We're all going somewhere, going higher, faster, farther, going in new directions to new places. At Monument Health, we keep going so you can keep going. We're dedicated to advanced orthopedic care with the latest innovations, technology, expertise, and treatment. So keep exploring, keep making memories, keep going with Monument Health as your partner. Learn more at monument.health/orthopedics. That's monument.health/orthopedics.
After that return by White, Rapid City Central set up at the 18-yard line. Honestly, if you look at the starting field position for both teams, advantage is by far Spearfish. But if you look at the scoreboard, you wouldn't seem like it.
There's a handoff, and Spearfish
Jackson on the carry.
Swarming on defense. Might be a gain of 2 or 3 there. The kickoff return, actually a pretty good coverage by Spearfish, was taken at the 10, and only an 8-yard return, and Spearfish on their special teams did very nicely covering that kickoff.
Gain of 3.
Jackson on the carry. He had that long touchdown run just moments ago for the Cobblers, breaking about 6 of the 11 tackles on Spearfish's side.
Yep. Spearfish, I'm sure they'd love to have that one back.
That might be a little bit of an embarrassment coming on film study Monday. Handoff to Bembo up the middle, and Spearfish defense saying none of it.
Maybe got a yard.
Tackle by the linebacker that time.
Stopped there by Marcus.
That is the defensive end and punter/kicker. Sam Marcus, and now it's 3rd and 5. So,
boy, big third down here for Spearfish as they finally get on the scoreboard. Sure would love to get Central in a situation where they need to punt.
3rd and 5.
3rd and 5, and I believe if you're Central, the playbook's open. They are going to go spread. 2 wide receivers to each side of the formation. It'll just be a handoff to Bembo. He's caught in the backfield.
Great play by Lucas. Gets all the way in the backfield, takes him down, was simply not fooled. So the Spartans come up big on defense. That's going to bring up 4th down and long, and you know they're going to punt.
Taking a look at that one on our KDSJ Sports replay. Lucas from one of the 2 middle linebackers positions was coming up on the blitz. The guard pulled off the double team, couldn't find Lucas, and it was a face to football for the middle linebacker, Lathan Lucas. And now, if you're Rapid City Central, having a punt, and big stop for the Spartans.
And Doran fair catches that one. Enough of that. I think Spartans were like, hey, we got to catch these punts. We got to fair catch them at least, because they're getting some big rolls where they gain an extra 10, 15, 20 yards on their punts just with the roll.
As now Spearfish, they are in opponent territory. They might have dodged a bullet as the punter White did get ran into.
He did.
From the 44-yard line.
And the Spearfish Spartan put his hands up. It's like, I didn't do it. The ref agreed. I think
said, okay, you didn't.
I think agreed with them. I don't think we might get that call next time. But Spartans back on offense. It'll be a handoff to Walters, and he's not going anywhere.
Walters actually took the snap. Faked the handoff to Hughes, and nothing positive there. A loss of about 4.
Big number 77. That is Charlie McDonald, 285-pound senior defensive tackle. They've got some big kids, Rapid City Central does.
They do.
As he blew up that play before it even happened. 2nd down and long. After that loss of about 5. It'll be a rollout and a throw to Vavruska, who steps out of bounds at about the 40-yard line. Nice little pitch and catch from Thomas Hughes to Vavruska. Rapid City Central doing a great job of containing Thomas Hughes in his rollouts into the pocket.
Yeah, they have done a good job.
3rd and 5 for the Spartans.
One thing I don't know if we'll see if Caet comes in and if he can light it up too with some passes. Of course, Doran was in the game in the pass game last week. Now a big run by Walters.
Hunter Walters,
the ball carrier.
Mr. Reliable for the Spartans, and he picks his way forward for a first down. A lot of misdirection on that play. Vavruska came in motion. That both backs crossed in front of the quarterback on the handoff. And, of course, number 6 gets the carry, and he gets the first down. Definitely tell the momentum swinging back to Spearfish. Now Walters. Walters breaks forward. Walters, he's going all the way into the end zone. Splits through the defense. Hunter Walters, touchdown.
What a carry by Walters. It looked like somebody got a hand on him and pulled him back a little, but he was like, nah, you're going to have to do better than that. And Walters sprints it in from, about 25 out.
Take a look at that one on the KDSJ Sports replay. Walters, super patient. Actually broke 2 tackles by an incoming defensive end, then splits through the defense, like you said, like a hot knife through butter. And Spearfish, they're only down by 4.
They're going to go with the PAT here.
Vavruska out for the extra point.
Vavruska, kick is up, kick is through the uprights, and it's good. We got a 3-point ball game.
Wow.
Spartans coming back to respond to Rapid City Central, and now we got a 3-point ball game.
Wow, this really changed the scope of this game, the momentum. Took the Rapid City Central crowd out of it a little bit too. And, quite a few Spearfish fans over there too, trying to make some noise. So wow, we got a game again.
I mean, if you're a Spearfish fan, you see you're just traveling to a Rapid City school as one of your 4 traveling games. I'd want to come to this game too instead of traveling 6 hours over the East River.
Yes, like next week.
Exactly. We're going to take a quick 30-second timeout after Walters pulls Spearfish to within 3. You're watching Spearfish Spartan football here on KDSJ-TV.
Quality food at a fair price. That's what you expect, and that's what you'll get at the Millstone Family Restaurant in Spearfish. Perfect for breakfast, lunch, or dinner, or to grab a bite to eat before or after the game. Choose from daily specials, and a trip to the fresh soup and salad bar is always a hit. Plus, the Millstone can accommodate larger groups, like buses or your next meeting in their private party room. So, if it's just you and a friend or the whole team, get a great meal at a great price. The Millstone Family Restaurant in Spearfish.
Paul James, Clayson Davis here with you with KDSJ-TV. Samuel Marcus puts boot to leather, and it's going to be caught by White at about the 15-yard line for Rapid City Central. White, he breaks it outside to the 50, but to the 40, about crosses the 45, and now hit out of bounds at about the 47-yard line.
Just what Spearfish didn't want was a nice return, and that's exactly what Central did want. So a big return gets them pretty good field position here to start their drive, as they've by far been the ones that have had the worst field position. But like you said, they're the ones in the lead of this game.
I believe this might be the best starting field position for Rapid City Central this whole game, as they set up from about the 48. Cross handoff to Jackson. The same play he scored on earlier. He's going to break through the secondary and is going to be shot down at about the 45-yard line. And now a flag comes out. Or am I just seeing? Yep, flag does come out.
And we do have someone down on the turf. One of the Spartans are down.
I believe that is...
Get ball. Unsportsmanlike conduct.
Penalty. It is unsportsmanlike conduct.
Okay. 15-yard penalty.
I don't know on who. I want to say Spearfish. Penalty's on Spearfish.
I think so too.
As the player down for Spearfish, I believe that is number 42, the tight end / defensive end for the Spartans. That is Marcus Medina.
Result of the penalty placed the ball at the 19-yard line.
Oof. Massive penalty.
Don't quite know who the penalty was on.
I think he said 22.
That would have been Lathan Lucas, the linebacker. No, that is Cade Vavruska, who is getting helped off by Spearfish trainers.
Looks to be okay there. Maybe took a second if he got the wind knocked out of him or just needed to gather himself for a second. But, yeah, good to see him able to walk off the field under his own power. But, yeah, a massive penalty.
Earbud. It's located at Rushmore.
All the way down to the 19-yard line for Central.
Lost earbud.
Yeah, we still got 2 minutes left in this third quarter, so I think scoring ain't done yet.
19-yard line for Rapid City Central. Hand off to Bembo right through the gut and finally brought down by Aiden Kraut and company.
Yeah, crocked in there and
Bembo on the carry.
Pretty good full head of steam. There's a 7-yard gain.
Spearfish substituting a lineman early and often, trying to hold up against this big Rapid City Central front.
2nd and 3 for the Cobblers. From the
2nd and 3
line.
for the Cobblers. Now they'll have 2 wideouts. It'll be a quarterback keeper for Matthew. He'll just burst forward for the first down, gets past the 10-yard line, and it'll be 1st and goal at the 7.
So another first down march for Rapid City Central. It seems like every time they've gotten across midfield, they've been able to march the ball without problem. It's just getting to midfield has been their problem.
Gain of 4 in the play. 1st and goal.
It's a gain of 4. And again, 1st and goal from the 7-yard line.
We've yet to see a turnover in the game tonight either. Neither team.
As clock now rolls under 2 minutes, is going to be a handoff over to the outside to White. White cuts through the defense, and it's a touchdown for Rapid City Central.
Junior Allen on the carry.
And now, I think a flag again.
7-yard
Yep.
run, good for a Cobblers touchdown. There is a flag on the field.
So we do have a flag. We'll see what the ref says.
Okay. Unsportsmanlike conduct, number 55, red, dead ball foul. The touchdown is good.
So the touchdown will stay. Foul occurred after the play. Number 55 for Rapid City Central, Christian Redleaf. He will be the guilty party. So
that's going to be a long point after.
PAT is all the way backed up to about
the 17-yard
line. So we'll see what will happen. Again, the head ref today, Brad Tucker, giving the call. Again, our game officials, brought to you by South Dakota Attorney General's Office, Division of Consumer Protection. As we'll have trips to the far side of the field, just a wing back there over under center. Here comes Matthews, going to throw over to the outside by Jackson, who is brought down by Wilson, so the two-point conversion is no good, but now Rapid City Central extends their lead to 9.
Seconds to go in the third, Cobblers 22, Spartans 13.
So with 48 seconds left to go in the third quarter, Rapid City Central extends their lead to 22 to Spearfish's 13. We'll be back with the kickoff after this short break as you're watching Spearfish Spartans football, part of the Rushmore Bowl here on KDSJ-TV.
You see them everywhere. That's because Heinzerling Concrete of Spearfish is the most trusted name for everything from driveways, sidewalks, decorative stamp patios, and of course, foundations. Heinzerling Concrete is proud to support the activities that help our area youth build their foundation for future success. Whatever the job, Heinzerling Concrete is the name you can trust. Google Heinzerling Concrete in Spearfish or call 210-2320.
Cobblers.
We're back rocking and rolling here at O'Hara Stadium as that kick goes into the end zone for a touchback.
Kick sails into the end zone for a touchback.
As it's now a 22-13 ball game. Paul James, your thoughts?
Well, it's
ball placed at the 20-yard line.
It's been quite a game with Central, of course, having some very good luck last week against an 11 AAA school, only losing by a couple of points. And you wondered how this one would go tonight with Spearfish, of course, knocking out T-Area last week. It had the makings of quite a good matchup tonight. And at this point, of course, Central with the 9-point lead. Spearfish, though, got a chance to cut into that lead once again, as Wilson gets the ball on a sweep to the outside, and he cuts it back and gets a few yards, enough for a first down. So a good start for Spearfish. Again, probably one of their worst field positions on the night. Inside or back down to the 20-yard line after the touchback.
Looks like we have a down Cobbler.
Okay.
Might just be cramps. Have the Spearfish trainer come to stretch him out real quick. 40 seconds left to go in the third quarter. Again, coming up, we'll have our post-game show. That is brought to you by Dakota Equipment Rentals, 4435 East Colorado Boulevard in Spearfish. Call 642-4703 or see dakotaequipmentrentals.com. And, of course, also coming up in our post game, we'll have our Superior Auto Superior Performer. Brought to you by Superior Auto Solutions in Spearfish. Call 605-642-9111 or see their inventory online at superioroutosd.com. As that is Bembo who is down.
He had it had to be cramps. They were really stretching the leg out there, and
he's had a pretty busy night.
Yes.
A gain of 14.
Honestly, don't blame him.
Spartan first down. It's 1st and 10.
So Spearfish
from the 34-yard line.
After allowing that long touchdown run, had a good carry by Wilson on first down. Let's see what they do to respond. Hughes, the quarterback, as now wide receiver goes from right to left. He's now going to motion back over to the left side of the field. Hughes will look to pass. He's going to throw down the field, and Doran couldn't quite get it. Actually might have had it knocked out of his hands.
To number 4, Doran, falls incomplete.
But that's an incomplete pass, and it'll bring up second down.
Yeah, Doran hasn't been an awful lot of a factor here tonight. He had some big catches last week, and this week here, I think he's been held without a catch, hasn't he?
I believe so. I think Favruska might have the only. Now there was a few screenplays, but not a lot of passing for Spearfish, unlike a week ago. Coed in at quarterback. Handoff to looks like Hughes, and Hughes went nowhere.
Yeah, not a lot going there. Spearfish trying to mix it up a little bit with Coed at quarterback, and then Hughes sometimes featured as the running back. Walters has clearly been the guy who's done the most damage running the ball here. And I don't even see him on the field.
And that will put a wrap on the third quarter. Spearfish will look at a 3rd and 12 when we come back with the 4th and final quarter of the Rushmore Bowl. Rapid City Central leading Spearfish 22-13. Going to see if they can hold on to win their first game in forever, or will Spearfish come away with the Rushmore Bowl victory? We'll find out after this short break, as you are watching Spearfish Spartan football live on KDSJ-TV on YouTube and also on our Facebook page at Black Hills Gold Hits KDSJ.
I'm Dr. Jet Rogers at Peak Family Chiropractic and Sports Performance. We all take different paths in life. That's why we utilize multiple different treatments here at Peak. Our main treatment is our high-level chiropractic adjustment, but we also emphasize the use of cupping, scraping, vibration massage, trigger point therapy, and active care to promote movement, strength, mobility, and most of all, pain relief. Why travel to multiple locations when you can have total wellness under one roof? Stop in today, and let's get you to your peak.
As we are back here for the fourth and final quarter of the Rushmore Bowl. Rapid City Central leading Spearfish, and Spearfish looking at a 3rd and 12. Coet on the quarterback carry. He'll now throw down the sideline. Can't quite get it. And I think that might be an illegal forward pass as Coet crossed the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, I see a flag down.
Ineligible downfield on the offense.
It's ineligible on the offense.
So they just caught a lineman, and they didn't penalize for the quarterback. If he did cross the line, that would have been a loss of down too. But so now we're looking at
that penalty is declined.
Declined. Okay, so fourth and 12. So Spearfish, I'm sure, would elect to punt here, which is what it looks like they're doing.
4th and 12 for the Spartans from the 32-yard line.
4th and 12 for the Spartans. It looks like Jackson will be back to return the kick for Rapid City Central. And Sam Marcus, we are
mass confusion here.
All sorts of confused.
Marcus in punt formation.
Spearfish have already used one timeout. They might need to use another one.
Gilbert White deep for the Cobblers.
And
now did they just go with the penalty? At this point, it's 5 yards.
5-yard penalty.
I don't think you can afford to use a timeout there.
So Spearfish will be
back
backed up to the 27-yard line.
It seemed as though Spearfish thought that Rapid City would take the penalty and that they would get it 3rd down, but no, it was a declined penalty, 4th and 12, which is obviously what you should do, but
save your timeouts, especially when you're behind in this one, as much clock that Rapid City Central grinds out per drive.
Fair catch called by White.
White calls a fair catch, and Rapid City Central will set up shop at the 37-yard line. Coming up, we have our post-game show brought to you by Dakota Equipment Rentals at 4435 East Colorado Boulevard in Spearfish. Call 642-4703 or see DakotaEquipmentRentals.com. So if you're Spearfish, Simon is pretty simple. Stop the run.
Yep, you need to get them off the field, whether that's by turnover on downs, punt, whatever. You got to figure out how to stop Central. You got to figure out how to get the ball back. You need 2 possessions. You're down by 9. Or as the run goes up the middle.
I believe that is number 6. That's Junior Allen. He had the touchdown run moments ago. Gain of 5, so still a good carry on 1st down. And it'll bring up 2nd and 5.
Yeah, you're down by 9, Spearfish. You simply have to get the ball back, and you're going to need 2 possessions. So it's a tall order at this point, but first things first, of course, it's early in the 4th quarter.
7 and 5 for the Cobblers from the 41.
You really challenge the Spearfish depth, especially on that defensive line.
Definitely.
2nd and 5 for the Cobblers. In motion is Jackson. It's going to be a quarterback carry by Matthew, who gains a few yards and then is stood up.
Matthew on the carry.
Well, that's a host of Spartan defenders there to hold up to 6'3" Matthew, led by Hunter Walters from the looks of it.
Lucas on the
Lucas in there as well. He was trying to keep from falling on top of the pile. And looked like he bent over backwards to try to keep from doing that, which I would think if you're a Cobbler, you would appreciate.
Those football pile-ups, about anything goes.
3rd and 4.
All sorts
I'm sure you have stories.
Screaming, yelling, cussing.
Grabbing.
All sorts of commotion.
Yeah.
3rd down, it's going to be a handoff to Jackson, who's trying to find some room. He's going to try to get forward.
Oh, he is close.
The ref
blew the play dead.
Blew the play dead. Jackson on the carry. It looked like his center tried picking him up and carry him across the line of scrimmage, but to no avail. It is now 4th down and 2, and if you're Central, do you go for it?
Well, you're not buried in the shadow of the goalpost. Obviously, they are going for it, I think.
I believe so. I mean, you've been, especially of how effectively you've been running the ball, the entire playbook's open at this point, and even if you do give up if you do turn it over on downs, you still have a 2-possession lead. 4th and 2 for the Cobblers. Spearfish needs to stop.
Are they going to try to coax them off sides?
Yep, they do. Flag will come out, and I believe the timeout called first.
Yep, they were. You know, and if you're going to do that, you got to do that without the play clock running down. So that was kind of a waste of timeout for Central.
I think they might have just tried to jump them off sides and call the timeout anyway, but even when you do that, they were running out of time on the play clock to do such event. Let's take a quick look at our Junix Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram scoreboard. Bellefourche, they broke double-digit points. They lost to West Central 56-15 in Class A. Again, Custer getting shut out by Lennox, number 4 ranked in the state. Looking at some more scores. This is the only game going on in Class AA. Sturgis blanks Douglas, getting Sturgis their first win of the season, 42-0.
Here we go. 4th and 2, and it's going to be a punt. At least that's how they're lined up.
I was about to say, so I'm not that guy to call out a punt every other 4th down. It would not surprise me if they did it here. White on to punt. He will boot it away. Doran will just let it bounce. It does get another good bounce and rolls all the way down to about the 28-yard line. And those scoopers are
at the 23-yard line
using their best Jedi Force mechanics to force the ball down the field.
Coax it to go back a few more yards. So a long way to go for Spearfish here. 23-yard line is where they'll start from, so they've got 77 yards to go, and they need to score and then score again, because there ain't no play in the playbook that's going to score you 9 on one trip down the field.
And especially with Rapid City Central on offense, how they've been operating, you might get maybe one more possession. If Rapid City Central keeps getting first downs when they're on offense, your possessions are extremely limited.
And now a penalty.
That won't help you either. I believe that's a false start on Spearfish.
I think so.
Hear from our head referee.
Illegal substitution on the way.
Oh, substitution.
So just some managerial issues for Spearfish. Substitution, some alignment for issues, and of course false starts. So a lot of pre-snap penalties, and now you're looking at a 1st and 15. Everyone looking at the play clock. About 15 seconds left to go on the play clock. Coet back to pass. He's being rushed, scrambles over to his right. He will look to carry and will be forced out of bounds after a gain of about 3.
So at least positive yards for Spearfish there in light of the penalty. Now it's going to bring up 2nd and about 12.
Gain of 3.
So 2nd and 12 for Spearfish.
Central dropping guys back in coverage, trying to keep everything in front of them. They don't want to give up the big play here.
Wide receivers looks to be Dylan Doran. And number 3 is just a handoff to Walters, who cuts in front of a defender, and he will scoot forward. Nice gain of about...
Walters on the carry.
Oh, my Cody Kilgore education math is not keeping up with me today.
About 10, 9 or 10. So it's going to bring up about 3rd and 4. Obviously, you got to go for it on 4th if you don't get it.
Especially when you're about 8 minutes, 45 seconds when this ball snapped. Coet, handoff to Walters.
Oh, I lost him.
He scoots forward for the first down. That simple misdirection.
It fooled me, and it was good enough for a first down for Walters.
Brought down at the 36-yard
Gets the
line.
first down. The clock does continue to run for Rapid City Central.
First down, 1st and 10 Spartans from their own 36.
As everyone looks at their play sheet. Coet at quarterback. He will hand it off to Walters again, who picks his way breaking a few tackles, and
he just won't go down.
Walters super patient behind his offensive line, and then finally cuts it up there in front of the cornerback, and a gain of looks like 8, and now it'll be second down.
Gain of 8.
And Spearfish without a few of their starting offensive linemen.
From the 44.
Yeah, they're set to, what were we told, next week?
I believe next week, Asher Peel being one of those that will be set to return for the Spearfish Spartans. Trips to the far side, one of the near. Coet will roll out over to the left side. He's trying to find someone. Launches clear down the field. Almost interception by Jackson. Couldn't quite get a hand on it. Evan Wilson, the intended receiver, and now that will bring up third down and about 3.
Now Wilson, or the defender, down. Looks like cramps with him as well as they're trying to stretch his leg out. A lot of that tonight with the heat, dehydration. Guys don't realize that they didn't drink enough water, get enough fluids in them throughout the day today, throughout the portion when it was hot, and it's really rearing its ugly head right now.
As we'll be looking at a third and about 2 after this injury timeout.
7, can't see anything. 7:30 left in the game.
Again, thank you for joining us here on KDSJ-TV on YouTube and on Facebook.
We have a lost
If you're here with us, you are just listening to the KDSJ-TV portion of things with Paul James and Clayson Davis. Steve Ammerman on the call for KDSJ Radio and also for our sister station KOTA, as injured Cobbler on the play. That was number 22, Jonah Blake, the senior linebacker / tight end for Rapid City Central.
3rd and 2 for the Spartans from the 44-yard line.
3rd and 2 for Spearfish. Need to get points on this drive to stay in the ball game. Hughes, he will roll out. A simple little dump off over to Wilson and deflected by Logan James, the linebacker, there to get a hand on the pass by Hughes, and now Spearfish forced to go for it on 4th down.
Yep, you got to. Tried to pass, tried to do something unpredictable.
4th and 2 for the Spartans from their own 44
to try to
line.
force the issue and get a first down, but it just didn't work out. The big claws up there knocked the pass down.
4th and 2 for Spearfish. Need to convert. Might be just looking to draw him off sides. No, he'll hand off. Straight up the gut is Wilson. He's going to be close.
We'll see where they mark it. The near official coming in. She says first down.
And they will give it to him. First down after that run from Evan Wilson.
Gain of 2 and a Spartan
the other
first down.
Running back.
1st and 10 for the Spartans.
So a first down after a 4th and 2 for Spearfish. And now 2 backs each side. Hand off to Walters. Walters picks his way over to the left side. Walters showing some speed, breaking a few tackles, and after a gain of about 14 yards, it'll bring up another Spearfish first down.
So just like that, across midfield to the 40-yard line.
First down.
Clock ticks down below 7 minutes.
At a certain point, do you feel like throwing one up to Dylan Doran?
Man, I don't know. I mean, the Cobblers are really backing up on defense here, and Walters is having his way, getting a lot of yards tonight. Is that Wilson?
That is, it might be. Yep, that is Wilson again.
On the carry.
He'll have a gain of about 9 himself.
Good run. So they're getting chunks, even by handing the ball off. So if you could keep the plays coming, not waste too much time.
2nd and 1 for the Spartans.
Again, at this point, Spearfish will have maybe one possession left. In Rapid City Central, they could very well run the rest of this clock out.
Just don't know.
It's going to be a handoff to Wilson again. He's trying to cut up, and now finds room on the right side. Wilson, he's going to make his way up the sideline, drops the shoulder, and he'll be forced out at about the 12-yard line. Evan Wilson finding some room as well.
He is. Got out of bounds, stopped the clock.
Gain of 18 on the play.
Big play, 18-yard gain.
A Spartan first down. Again, stops the clock at about 5:56.
From the Cobblers,
And
13-yard line.
Spartans are in the red area.
Yeah, they are. The end of the red zone. We'll see what they elect to do as Wilson's got some fresh legs as Walters has been the workhorse tonight. So a pass.
High pass over to the receiver. Caught. Touchdown for the Spartans. That is number 5 for Spearfish.
Pass is complete.
There is not a number 5 on the roster that we have on
Number 5,
tap.
Server.
Is that Sire?
Sire.
13-yard completion.
Sire with the
Good play.
catch.
Spartan touchdown.
And I was wondering, when do you take it to the air? They decide to throw up a jump ball almost into double coverage.
Marcus.
Looks like one of the safeties, Henry Hill, had a chance at it for Rapid City Central, but Sire with the catch, and now some
late linemen onto the field.
Marcus, kick is up.
Good.
Reaches the moon and crosses
to go.
the goalpost, and it is now a 2-point ball game.
Wow. Well, it's been a great game thus far. Of course, Spearfish a little bit slow start on offense. Finally got things going here. Nothing's gotten out of control. Just when you thought Central would maybe get some momentum and stretch the lead out, then Spearfish comes roaring back, and now just a 2-point game.
22-20 ball game, the nightcap of the Rushmore Bowl here at O'Hara Stadium here in Rapid City. We'll take a quick timeout, come back with the kickoff. You don't want to miss the ending of this one as you're watching high school football here on KDSJ-TV.
You just got a quote from a company and are now being billed for not choosing them. Many contracts have what's referred to as a contingency agreement. These typically state that if you don't go with them, you, after insurance has approved the repair work, will be charged a percentage of the job they quoted. Ask up front if they charge to provide an estimate. Never sign anything that you haven't fully read or understand. If you have any questions, reach out to the South Dakota Office of Attorney General's Consumer Protection Division at 800-300-1986.
Ball recovered by the Cobblers.
So after that kickoff,
that was a squib kick, a hard squib kick. It hit one of the up men for the Cobblers, so they ran to the 30-yard line to cover that before the Spartans could get there.
So Rapid City Central trying to burn off 5 minutes and 45 seconds or just add on another score. Field goal still keeps it a one-possession game, but a touchdown really puts pressure on Spearfish.
Sure does. We'll see what if the Cobblers get super conservative here or if they stretch it out. We'll see what they do.
It's going to be a handoff to Bembo.
I think, was there a flag? It seemed like somebody was in motion early, but maybe not.
The wingback did come in motion before the snap. I think that's just kind of a formational play.
I didn't know if I heard a whistle down there. But no whistle, but a gain of 1, so that's good. If you're Spearfish, you want the minimal gain. Clock continues to run, though.
40 seconds will in between snaps because Rapid City Central looking to use all of the play clock.
Down to 10.
2nd and 9 for the Cobblers.
2 timeouts for each team.
Down to 2-1. Ooh, they just get it off.
It's a pass play. He's going deep down the field. White, he's got it.
Matthews' pass is complete to number 13, Gilbert White.
Gilbert White has been thrown to a few times in the passing game, but got behind the Spearfish secondary, and that is a first down for Rapid City Central.
Well, you were wondering if that was going to happen tonight. I said earlier, is Central just kind of lulling Spearfish to sleep here, not passing. They haven't passed. And then here in the end of the game, the final 5 minutes of the game, they take to the air, and it's a huge gain, a big game. And now we've got I thought that was a flag, or is it? It is.
So the line judge threw the flag on Rapid City's Central side.
Have a sideline warning on Central.
There'll be a sideline warning on Central, so no penalty yardage assessed.
A warning next time would be.
Clock continues to run under 4 minutes, 30 seconds. Spartans need a stop because I believe another first down will just drain more and more time as Rapid City Central could very well run the clock out on this drive. Double wing set. It's going to be a handoff to Jackson, who can't quite find any separation, and it looks like the linebacker for the Spartans, Aiden Kraut, there to make the tackle.
Yeah, Kroc got right in there. He kind of sniffed that one out again. We're going to have a whistle here, perhaps a timeout. I don't know.
We have time. Please reset the clock to 3:57.
So we do have a timeout. I don't know by who.
It's got to be Spearfish.
It about has to be. I wouldn't know why you would take a timeout if you're Rapid City Central.
Coca-Cola Bottling Company, High Country.
We will actually keep it right here after this Spearfish timeout. They just have one timeout left the rest of the way to go. So really have to rely on your defense if you are Spearfish.
You do, and that was a good time as any. A loss on first down. You got to stop the clock. You got to make your stand here, so it's going to be 2nd and 11.
Again, after the conclusion of this one, you have our Wolves Plumbing and Heating, we have our post-game show brought to you by Dakota Equipment Rentals. It's now 2nd down. It's going to be a sweep over to the outside, and there to make the tackle, Sam Marcus. Bursting through the backfield.
Big stop there. It's a huge loss. So, yes, the clock is running. And I don't know if you're Spearfish here, if you don't want to call timeout again here, maybe to use your last one, maybe not. But now it's 3rd and 19.
And now you wonder, do you dare to pass the ball?
Well, they did once. Obviously, that probably woke up the Spearfish secondary.
And that was also on first down where they might not have been looking for it.
Here we go.
3 seconds left to go for Rapid City Central. They will snap it and look to throw, and yep.
They did not get set, so there's another 5 yards.
Flag on the play. I believe it will be against Rapid City Central. The play clock was getting to about 2 seconds. And now it is 3rd and a country mile for Rapid City Central. Ball at midfield.
Yep, 3rd and 24.
First down marker is at the 26-yard line.
Yep. So it's going to take a big play. You pass, and the incomplete pass stops the clock, too. So what are they going to do? They just going to run?
I would just like to run it, unless they want to throw up a prayer. They will sweep it to Jackson, caught in the backfield, and this time, number 53 for the Spartans coming in there and making the tackle.
And then a timeout right away for Spearfish as well. And that would be, I believe, their
final timeout of the game.
Final timeout comes with 3:06.
Loss of 2 on the play.
So the Spartans have a golden opportunity here. Get the ball with 3 minutes. That's a decent chunk of time, even without timeouts.
You can still run your offense.
Yep.
There is no 53 on the roster, so don't know who I should credit that last tackle with.
I did not catch, but nope, I'm not seeing it either. And
check the Junix Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram scoreboard, as we do have a Cobbler getting stretched out on the field. Well, again, I believe this is the only game going on in the state right now, as we are about 9:15 Mountain Time.
10:15 Central, yeah.
My phone tells me I need to go to bed.
Yep.
As my phone always yells at me to do. Look at AAA scores. Of course, Sioux Falls Lincoln beats O'Gorman 36-19. Sioux Falls Jefferson beats Roosevelt 41-7. Let's look at Class AAA. Harding County Bison and 9-man.
Well, here we go.
They beat New Underwood 48-6. Punt formation for Rapid City Central.
4th down and a long ways.
If you're a Spearfish, you got to be smart. Don't want to run into the punter or do any dumb personal foul penalties to get the first down. White with the punt.
And a very short kick. This time they don't get the roll, though. And it is downed at the 32-yard line. That's where Spearfish will start from, so decent field position to start.
So now Spearfish, this is pretty much their last opportunity.
They did get the opportunity, so you got to be thankful if you're Spearfish. You do have a chance. You got it in your hands of your offense, who in the second half has had some success.
1st and 10.
And here we go.
From their own 32-yard line.
1st and 10 for Spearfish. To the near side, it's going to be a handoff. No, Coet will keep it on the quarterback keeper. He will fall forward for a gain of about 5. So Coet showing the legs from the quarterback position.
But the clock continues to tick.
On the stop for the Cobblers.
And if you're Spearfish, you still have some time to run your offense. Don't have to worry about giving the ball back, but you got to score on this drive. Field goal does let you take the lead, as that's going to be a handoff to Wilson. Wilson will pick his way up forward, and Wilson will fall for a first down.
And Spearfish, you got to think about, too, now maybe trying to get out of bounds if you're going to run the ball.
Clock ticking at around 2:15.
First down for the Spartans. It's 1st and 10 Spartans from the 44-yard line.
Spartans from the 44 to the near side. One of the far, 2 backs on either side of Coet. And nope, Coet will keep it again, going around to right side. He's trying to get out of bounds. Spin moves after a gain of about 5 to 6. Clock keeps ticking. We're now under 2 minutes left to go in the ball game.
Yep, across midfield to the 49. It's a 2nd and 3.
Gain of 7. 2nd and 3 for the Spartans.
Field goal does let you take the lead, but of course, Spearfish, they're not automatic when it comes to their PATs and field goals. They had one blocked last week. Coet looking to pass, now getting pressure. Rolls over to the left side and will get out of bounds.
Oh, that's a late hit.
And there's a late flag.
Yep, they kept wrapping him up and pulling him down all the way out of bounds.
And that will be another 15 yards added on to the end of the run.
22 red, late hit, 15-yard penalty, first down.
Wow.
That moves the ball clear to the 29 of Rapid City Central with 1:30 left to go. And if you're Spearfish, still got to be still with your foot on the gas pedal, but you still have time to run your offense. Coet back to pass. Rolling over to the right, throws, and Walters there at the catch.
Nice pass is complete to Wilson.
Wilson. And they'll give it to him for a first down.
Wow, so inside the 20. A $1.23 as it stops so the chains can move, I do believe.
And now if you're Spearfish, you have plenty of time.
Gain of 10 and a Spartan first down. 1st and 10 Spartans from the Cobblers 19.
Rapid City Central thought that was incomplete. Coet, well, he'll be dropped back to pass. He has got a blitz. He's going to throw it over to Walters. Walters with the screen. He catches it, fumbles the ball. Walters with the fumble. See who gets it. Spearfish saying that they got it back.
And they did. I think they did. Oh, my.
Holy cow.
Wow. Wilson down to the 9.
Recovered by the Spartans.
So the clock continues to run.
1st and 10.
We're under a minute left to go in Rapid City. 2nd down. Handoff. Walters ran into a big body, and it'll be a gain of about 5.
Down to 40 seconds.
40 seconds. It is a first down, so it is a first down run. I apologize. I'm trying to keep track of the scoreboard and see what's going on. 35 seconds. Couette at quarterback. Handoff to Walters. Walters going over to the right side. He wants to cut it up. Drops the shoulder. He's got it.
Walters on the carry.
Walters gives Spearfish the lead, and that is a touchdown for the Spartans.
Touchdown.
Wow. Insane. Walters is exhausted.
I mean.
And Spearfish takes the lead. Now 28-22, a 6-point lead. Is that right? That's not right.
It should be 22-26.
Yes, it should be 26-22. They have 28 on the scoreboard.
They will go for 2 to make it a 6-point ball game.
27 seconds left.
As now we have some confusion, and now that will be a penalty. I believe that will be either a illegal formation against Spearfish or illegal substitution. Either way, that is against the Spartans.
An illegal substitute. White. Replay.
So illegal substitution.
That resets the play clock to 25, so Spartans should have some time here to get the correct personnel.
Attempt the 2-point conversion.
Again, 26-22 after that touchdown run by Hunter Walters.
So here we go for 2.
That same set for Spearfish. 2 backs in the backfield. 2 receivers to the near side. Now Sire goes in motion. It'll be a handoff. No, Couette will keep it. He is rumbling, bumbling, stumbling. He might be short. I think they call him short. Yep, it is no good. And it will stay a 4-point ball game after that run by Jack Couette. He was close.
Down short of the goal line.
Wowzers.
Spearfish Spartan. Wow. Coaching staff fired up. You got 27 seconds.
And the Spartan crowd is fired up over here to our left as well, too. We can hear them making some roaring noises. They have really seen a dandy ball game. Everybody has, no matter the outcome of this thing. This has been unreal. What a cap for the Rushmore Bowl here in Rapid City at O'Hara Stadium. And, man, this is only our second football game on KDSJ-TV, but both have been insane.
No, they have been absolutely insane. It was, wow.
That's the first lead for Spearfish. A near fumble, near disaster for Spearfish. They recover the fumble. Was it Wilson that got the recovery after Walters?
I couldn't see.
So a huge play here. Huge. Your special teams here, you got to have some good kickoff coverage.
Taking a look at KDSJ-TV, a sports replay, that handoff to Walters over to the left side, found a hole, creased it up the middle. And
here we go.
Fell forward. So now, here's the kickoff.
The kickoff for the Spartan.
And he'll squib it, and it will actually roll out of bounds.
So they get that where, at the 40?
40 or 35, I believe. Either way, good field position for Rapid City Central. 27 seconds, 2 timeouts. Field goal does you nothing.
Nope, they need to score a touchdown.
That's illegal. Kick out of bounds. We'll start at the 45.
45?
The 45, so really good field position for Rapid City Central. And you got 2 timeouts, so it is doable.
Definitely doable. Spearfish, 2.5 minutes down the field with no timeouts. Here we go.
Rapid City Central probably not going to that double wing formation anytime soon. Quarterback Matthew dropped back to pass. He's getting pressured. Now we'll throw up one deep, looking back there. It's intercepted. Intercepted by Spearfish number 34. The Spartans.
Wow.
Holy cow.
Wow. And wow.
That is Meverton on the interception, playing safety, playing center field. You want to take a look at that one on the KDSJ Sports replay. Matthew got pressure coming off of his right side, throws it downfield, had to 2 receivers in the same spot. Meverton caught the ball. Walters tells them, get down, don't fumble it.
Yep.
And Spearfish, you were down 8-0. You've been trailing this whole ball game. There's still 2 timeouts.
But you just kneel down.
You just kneel it. They're in that diamond formation. Hand off to...
Nope, he just knelt down.
Thomas Hughes.
Yep, Hughes just knelt down. And I think, are they just going to let it go?
I think they are.
You look at them hug each other out there. It's great sportsmanship, great to see. Hard-fought football game tonight. I mean, both sides. Central came out with the momentum, and now they shake hands at midfield on a game that Spearfish stole from Central tonight.
Honestly.
Came back from behind, didn't lead until 27 seconds left in this one, and they come out of here with the win.
What a ball game. And like you said, second ball game that we've had here on KDSJ-TV.
Well, if they're all like this, I don't know how you're going to be able to take it. You're going to better bring your antacid, because it's just been ridiculous. They've been awesome football games to watch, and now here's another one.
The Spartans come into O'Hara Stadium, and they put a bow on what has been a truly eventful Rushmore Bowl here in Rapid City. 26-22 the final score. Spearfish beats Class AAA at Rapid City Central. Central, they're not a bad ball club either.
No.
They are on the rise.
Boy, that is for sure. Central with some big guys, some powerful runners. I don't know. I wonder if Central looks at that one and goes, you know, you can always second guess yourself. Are they going to look back and say, man, we should have thrown the ball more? They really didn't throw it much at all. They did have success running the ball. They had the one big pass play that you would have thought maybe would have been the dagger for Spearfish, but Spearfish then stiffened up the defense and caused them to go backwards and end up punting the ball. Yeah, wow, what a game.
As the Spartans celebrate, of course, winning the second game of the Rushmore Bowl. I think they might get a trophy for this. At least they did in game one.
Oh, really? Oh, I didn't know that.
I think so. I don't know.
Well, they called it a bowl, so there better be a trophy in a bowl. If I'm in a bowl game, I get a trophy if I win.
That is true. Might just be a bowl of Cheerios at this point.
Hey, whatever. I'm hungry. So
we have been here for a bit. I mean, it is.
Yeah.
It is. What time is it? It is about 9:30.
Yeah.
Holy cow.
Well, 2.5 hour football game. Sounds about right. The second half much slower than the first half. The first half absolutely flew by.
Oh, my gosh.
Less than an hour, about 55-minute first half. This second half definitely noticeably longer. So, wow. These guys excited tonight here on a Friday night. Maybe they didn't have their best game in terms of knowing where the personnel were supposed to be. A few times, some penalties, illegal substitution calls, wrong personnel on the field. Some of those things you just clean up as you go. You know, takes a couple of games, and I'm sure the coaching staff will look back at that and go, well, we got to clean that up. Man, we had to call a timeout there. Man, we gave up yards there, and we didn't have to. That was unforced. And you know, so if you can clean that stuff up, boy, you're looking tough here. You're 2-0 now. You're going out to Mitchell, who isn't like a perennial powerhouse.
It is a winnable game. It is just, I am excited to see. And, of course, I actually get to enjoy this road trip myself. Anytime we go out to that side of the state, Spearfish does, it's not quite the best of showings. I know last year Mitchell was actually winless before we went into Mitchell, and that got them their first win. That started our losing streak to end off last year. So it'll be interesting to see, again, a three-weekend road trip for the Spartans. They're headed to Mitchell, and then the next week they'll turn around and head back to that side of the state and play Aberdeen Central.
Ooh, that's a tough trip there. That's worse than Sioux Falls because of the roads you have to take. There's no interstate up to Aberdeen. So,
actually, thank you for telling me that, because I can't remember the last time I've been on that side of the state.
There ain't no interstate up there. But, wow. What a ball game. I guess we better take a break here and come back and start getting this wrapped up, huh?
Yeah, we should. We have our post-game show. It kind of got so caught up talking about the game, we kind of forgot to do our job here.
Let's wrap her up, yeah.
Anyways, we're going to come back after this timeout with our Dakota Equipment Rentals post-game show. That'll be coming up along with our Superior Auto Superior Performer, which I'm pretty sure you and I both know who that's going to be.
I think so.
But we will reveal both of those and put a bow on this one when we come back after this. As Spearfish 26 over Rapid City Central 22 to win the Rushmore Bowl here in Rapid City. We'll be back with the post-game show right after this.
Whether you've lived here for years or if you're new to town, everyone wants to know the best place to buy a quality pre-owned car, truck, and SUV, or where to go to have your current ride kept in shape. Brandon Kemp here from Superior Auto Solutions in Spearfish. Need new tires? We got them, all major brands. Your brakes squeaking, or do you just hear something that's not quite right? We can help. Or maybe you're looking to upgrade to something a little more suitable. Well, you came to the right place. Superior Auto Solutions on Colorado Boulevard in Spearfish, or find us online at superiorautost.com.
Colloid, a minerals technologies company, is not only part of the community we live in, they are the community. Bent clay, mined right here in our own backyard near Belfouche in Colony, Wyoming, provides a contributing factor to this area's economic success. This unique product has a huge range of uses, from the main component in cat litter to health and beauty products, pharmaceuticals, and more. It's all produced right here in all of our community. American Colloid Company, working together, winning together.
With help from Proline Equipment Rentals in Belfouche. Whether you're a full-fledged contractor or just taking care of some jobs around your home, Proline has the equipment you need. Lifts for any job, like scissor lifts, boom lifts, and man lifts, skid steers, trenchers, backhoes, and more. Step inside and find smaller tools for do-it-yourself projects like concrete work, painting, sewer repair, and more. Call 723-7677, click ProlineEquipmentRentals.com, or stop by off North Highway 85 in Belfouche today. Whether your kids are in school or even when they're off for the summer, Dana Dental Arts and Spearfish reminds you to make you and your family's dental health a top priority. Putting off small problems now can lead to big ones later. Before your lives get too hectic with school, sports, and other extracurricular activities, schedule a comprehensive exam now. We love our patients. Celebrating 50 years of dentistry in Spearfish.
Let our family care for your family.
And welcome back to O'Hara Stadium for the post-game show of this very exciting second game of the Rushmore Bowl, where Spearfish, they come from behind, trailing the entire contest to pull out a win over Rapid City Central by a final score of 26-22. As Clayson Davis here with you with KDSJ-TV, Paul James manning the camera, one of the two cameras, here on KDSJ-TV as the Spartans celebrate a win over Class AAA Rapid City Central to again win the Rushmore Bowl. As it's our post-game report brought to you by Dakota Equipment Rentals, 4435 East Colorado Boulevard in Spearfish. Call 642-4703 or see DakotaEquipmentRentals.com. Again, as our Junix Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram scoreboard reads, Spearfish 26 and Rapid City Central 22. Paul James, your thoughts?
Again, you got to hand it to Spearfish. Whatever the coaching staff is working into the heads of the players is working. They're not giving up. They're not intimidated. They started this game out a little slow. Of course, there was only 8 points on the board in the first half. Central able to get the ball and really moved it very well, and Spearfish didn't seem like they had an answer for it. And then the second half, things tightened up more so. Spearfish was down by, was it 10 at one point?
Or 9. It was down at 9. It was 22-13.
That's right. They needed 2 possessions towards the end of the game when you didn't know if they'd get 2 possessions. And first things first, you got to score a touchdown, which they did, and then get the ball back. They had to stiffen up on defense after a big play by Central throwing the ball, getting 20, 30 yards on a pass play across midfield, and that's when they tightened up and actually was able to force Rapid City Central backwards out of field goal range and having to punt the ball, which then they got it on that final possession for them and drove the field. Almost lost it on a fumble as Walters coughed it up, but his buddy Wilson was there to
jumped right on it,
secure it and keep it, and then still keep your head in the game. You still hadn't scored at that point. You still have to score, and they did, and took the lead, and were able to come up big on the one offensive play that Central had. They tried to air it out and get some big yardage, and the pass overthrown and a pickoff by Aiden Meverden to put the nail in the coffin. So it was a game. I mean, behind the whole way, didn't lead till the end.
No, they did not lead until legit the final possession
27
of the
seconds,
game.
Yeah.
As everyone's starting to clean up here, especially, I think it was awesome. They went right back to Walters right after that fumble as well.
Yep.
Trusting your senior.
You're getting the ball.
I mean, he was. And speaking of, I mean, pretty sure it doesn't take 3 guesses to know who our superior performer is for today. For the second week in a row for Spearfish Spartan football, we would like to congratulate Hunter Walters for being our superior performer. Brought to you by Superior Auto Solutions. Call in Spearfish, call 605-642-9111, or see their inventory online at superioroutosd.com.
Now remember, at the end of the month, we'll get all the players of the game together, and then you'll be able to vote on who you think should be the player of the month.
Yes.
And then Superior Auto Solutions will donate $100 to the athletic department on that player's behalf of their school. So awesome for Superior Auto Solutions to do that. Thank you so much. And,
absolutely.
And congratulations to those players of the game so far. And there will be more coming and more coverage. Volleyball next week?
Yep. Our next broadcast, I believe, trying to get our graphic to pull up on it. It's not
wanting to do that?
Not wanting to. Oh, now it's starting to work.
Okay.
Of course it is, when we're finally starting to finish up. Anyway, next broadcast, volleyball in Spearfish. We'll have our first Spearfish women's volleyball game as Rapid City Christian will make the trip over down I-90 to battle the Spartans. In volleyball action next Tuesday, September 10th, that game starts at around 7 o'clock. Again, our superior performer, Hunter Walters, running back. I mean, he was going to be the player of the game whenever he won it for the Spartans, or he might have lost it for the Spartans too. And there he is at midfield with the trophy. Well, about the 20-yard line with the trophy. Our superior performer, Hunter Walters. Again, thank our friends at Superior Auto for doing that for area athletes and schools alike. Thanks some more of our sponsors before we put a bow on this one and head back to our home state. I want to thank our friends at Granite Automotive, Fisher Sand and Gravel, Pillin Optical, celebrating 50 years, Powder River Energy, Proline Equipment Rentals, Low Roofing, Millstone Family Restaurant. Of course, this week debuted our new podcast, On the Bench Podcast. We sat down with Coach Tom Teenson before this one. And stay tuned as we have more episodes of that coming up as well. Again, to thank the Millstone Family Restaurant for sponsoring the podcast and KDSJ Sports as well. Butte County Equipment, Auto Doctor, Exit 14 and Exit 8, Phillips 66 and Spearfish. Gold Dust Casino and Maverick Steakhouse, Minerals Technology, American Colloid Company. Paul, this was fun.
Yeah, this was a great game.
It was a lot of fun. But
it's going to be even more fun packing all this stuff up.
Yeah, I was always bragging about not having to be in the booth, but no, we have now twice the area we got to clean up now.
Yep, that's true.
usually what happens.
Well, we better get out of here before they shut the lights off.
No, I agree. Anyway, for Paul James and Clayson Davis, thank you for joining us here on KDSJ-TV. And we will see you guys in the next one. Spearfish pulls out a win over Rapid City Central, 26-22 to win the Rushmore Bowl. You can join us again next Tuesday, as we'll have Spearfish Spartans volleyball here on KDSJ-TV on YouTube and on Facebook. Good night, everyone.